Yes, people. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are live for the Mandem talk. We're here, people. Glorious sunshine on a Thursday. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe if you are new. The Mandem will be rolling in. We got Nuruddin with a daishiki on. Nuruddin, what are you saying, bro? All good, all blessed. I think you're on mute, Nuruddin. You're on mute.
The best material for this type of weather, man. This never sticks to me. Thousands of years old tradition, man.
Come on. Love that. Big up to you. Hope you're well, man. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine and whatnot. Big up to you as always. We got Rants in the building. What are you telling me, Rants? You good?
I'm good, man. Big up, man. Big up the panel, man. A lot to talk about.
Yeah. More than you can believe. More than you can believe, man. More than you can believe. Before we do that, we have got a new signing. You know what I mean? It isn't the signing that everyone wants, but I can't lie to you. The last part of Leeds, he did do well as a backup goalkeeper. Carl Darlow, close to sign for Man United. Goalkeeper 35 will provide support for selling Le Mans, with Anta Bayender expected to depart. Darlow leaves Leeds as a free agent, making rare switch from Ellen Road to Old Trafford. Obviously, free agent, so kind of got his own mind, really. But, one thing I could say is good on the ball. You know what I mean? Good with his feet. And I thought he did well against United when he was when we played against him. And he took over from the other goalkeeper. So, and he was number one at Leeds. So that's all I can say about him. I don't know if you might have seen him or know about him.
Yeah, I remember when he broke into the Newcastle team. He was really good.
Yeah.
He was really good. And he looked like at a certain time that he was going to be a mainstay. But in football, sometimes people don't develop, don't they? But when he first broke into, when I first saw him at Newcastle, I'm sure there was a game where he made 6 saves against United. You know, there were some of these goalkeepers that they always have man of the match performances against United. But he's decent. He's decent. He is of a level. Let's just put it this way. And he's 100 million% better than Bayern. I can tell you that,
bro.
With confidence, I can tell you that he's way better than Bayern. And you know what? He'll think I can push lemons. So that can only be a good thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's one of them ones where back up, you know what I mean? It is what it is, you feel me? But obviously he's not the main kind of topic of conversation. Obviously, Mandem, I can't lie to you. I'm going to speak for myself. Obviously, everyone have their say. I can't lie, I'm a bit underwhelmed. That Tchouaméni one last night was a dagger. You know what I mean? I was chilling with the family. I was relaxing. I didn't expect it this soon. You know what I mean? Man needed to at least have a little bit of time before that process. You know what I was there? If you told me late August, I'd be like, you know what? Say no more. Then again, people will say, would you rather know now better than United could go get transfers? But for me, I said, United needed a top profile, top signing, and that was Tchouaméni. That level of player. It doesn't have to be about names because we've been linked with Matheus Fernandes. He's not really a kind of name per se. But if I'm being honest with you, when I look at the midfield signs we've bought in now, Santos was not one that I was looking to sign. But when I look at the player, I think he's a good player. I'm not going to go mad about him. Good player. Ederson won 2 years ago. Yeah, cool. Now looking back on it now, with the Ederson and Santos, I'll be real with you, and then not having that marquee number one that I wanted, it makes it look like, for me now, 2 underwhelming signings. Now, whether Michael Carrick gets a better out, and we've seen him before, he can do that. He can get the better out of players. But if you told me right now how I feel underwhelmed, Mandem, because I now don't really believe now that Ineos are going to get the caliber midfielder that I believe should be into that first team, bona fide, ready to start, certified. Michael Carrick doesn't even need to do anything. You see, Michael Carrick doesn't even need to talk to man. Says, you know what? You're in there. That's what I wanted. Now, the only way that could happen is if you go and get me a Wharton type of signing. You feel me? Like, of that level where everyone here, undisputed, we don't need to chat to him. He's a good player. He goes into that first team. Brilliant. Now, I understand that we have to complement the players. You can't just go and get a random marquee signing and he doesn't fit Ederson. Well, we don't even know Ederson's going to sign him. We have to wait and see. Or a Santos and a Kobe Manu. You can't just grab a player and think, oh, he's going to fit in there. But if you told me right now, we ended the summer with, for example, I don't know, Ederson, Santos, and another player, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'd be underwhelmed. The name and the profile has to be correct. Because I said to myself, I wasn't gonna let my standards slip when the season finished. I said, yo, 3 midfielders, 2 certified, 1 rotational, 1 that can maybe back up to a Kobe Mainu. I didn't expect this, Mandem. And that's my feeling right now as it stands on the 9th. Is it all doom and gloom? No. There's still an opportunity for Ineos to rectify themselves because it's still early. So it's not as if like it's panic stations yet. But if you told me my opinion right now, I think it's underwhelming. You feel me? I'm happy to go get Somerville. So in that aspect, it's not a case of I'm looking for names. I want players that can come in and actually give us the contribution that we want. But right now, as it stands, yeah, not my kind of cup of tea, what I'm seeing right now. Who wants to go ahead? And Nordy, you go ahead first.
Yeah. It's interesting because you know me, I don't have that massive expectations in it. I just report
I agree.
I report on the frauds behind me. I report how they move, the gaslighting they give the fans, the hype they create for their PR purposes. I talk about that. In terms of what, and especially what their minions in the so-called journalists, and I say that with that because there's no journalists, they're just sonographers. I've got a definition of what underwhelmed is because this is the most common word that most Manchester United fans have used. So underwhelmed was coined in the 1950s for comedic, humorous reasons, and it means unimpressed, disappointed, entirely lacking excitement, especially when reality feels short of high expectations. So that's why I'm talking to. I'm talking about the expectations that these, through their minions in the press, whether it's the Athletic, whether it is the BBC or whatever the minions that they use, who cover Manchester United. There are certain journalists who only cover Manchester United. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about Fabrizio or even Einstein. Even though Einstein is part of the Athletic guy. So that's, to me, that is what I'm critiquing. In terms of Santos, he's a young player. He's developing. In terms of attributes, do I think he's the person that we need right now? No. Because I look at what Manchester United needed. Manchester United need an athletic, somebody who's good on the ball. You don't have to be like Casemiro. You don't have to be like, because it's hard to replace like for like. And in football, people say that, but it don't work like that. Players have different attributes. So for me, it shows me that in some way, maybe I should be happy because I'm seeing it. If he and Kobe are going to play, both of them lack engines. Both of them lack coverage and like physicality in terms of chasing down people. Are we going to play more of a possession-based football? Are we going to be more possession-based bobbing people? Now, I don't know if he's going to be the last guy on the side. Yeah. But when I look at what Manchester United needed, we need somebody who can cover, and those of you know, that midfield space in especially at Old Trafford, the pitch there is. I know that it looks huge because when you sit there, it looks big. And until we needed somebody to cover that ground. Do I think when I deeply look down into his stats and look down into what kind of player he is, I think he could be a Kobe Mainu cover because he likes to short pass. He likes to connect. He's more of a connector in a sense. I think Kobe's a more better ball carrier. But in terms of connecting, in terms of making late runs into the box, I think he's a goal scorer. I like the fact that he's two-footed. We don't have players who are two-footed. He tackles, with his left. He's comfortable with all things. He's decent at winning duels. But do I think he needs further development side? Yes. Do I believe that he is the answer to what the problems we need that we've got? No. I think he can cover certain part of the problems that we have, but we need somebody else. To me, the next midfielder United side has to be somebody that brings the physical edge to Manchester United in terms of coverage, in terms of ball carrying, and in terms of covering up huge spaces that is left by the way we play sometimes. So
that sounds like Beleba. That sounds like Beleba to me.
Yeah, I'm not personally I've never been excited. You know me. I'm not a person who gets excited by names. I look at attributes. I've never been somebody who's like, oh, get this guy, get that. I'm not that type. because I think the club has more issues. And you know, I always believe there isn't one person that can fix the problems at Manchester United, because we still have structural problems.
Yeah.
We've still got squad and personnel problems, that players that don't fit from multiple different coaches and managers. So there are more issues, and I don't think one person can fix it all. Do I think some of the stuff that's been said has been a bit harsh about the kid? Yes. But do I see some of the copium and some of the fans overhyping him and gaslighting the rest of the fans? Do I see some of that as well? Yes. I'm choosing to go in the sense that I think he's a young guy. He needs further development. There's not enough data. And when I've looked at the data, I've gone more for when he was at Strasbourg. And his data is really good for Strasbourg. That season that he had a loan there, he did.
It's more of a sample size, isn't it? There's more of a sample size.
Yeah, so in the Premier League, it isn't. And obviously, he's not going to play between 200 million players. You know what I mean? He's not going to play. And Lavia is also another guy that they're... I actually think Lavia, in terms of player profile, would be the guy that Manchester United...
He's injury prone. Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about...
Okay, yeah.
In terms of the player profile, Lavia would be the guy. Kone at Roma would be, but he's injury prone. He gets way too many muscle injuries, and I'm always dubious about if let's say somebody's just out with their Achilles, like with Manu Kone. Somebody's out for their Achilles, and I'm somebody that I've loved, Saeed. I've loved that player. I've been watching him, but he played for Borussia Mönchengladbach. But he's not a guy who's gonna come because the Premier League ain't for anybody. And if you ain't robust in for Italy, which is a walking league for me, in my humble opinion, then you're not going to be robust for the Premier League. So it's going to be interesting to see where Manchester United go from here. But that's what I'm saying, because I don't make it personal about the kid. I only ever made it about Onana and Maguire, and both of them I was right. Remember, kids, I told you way before about Maguire and Onana.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing I'm going to tell you about that German kid. Plays for Dortmund. A fraud. He is
Which one?
Fraud.
Metro, you mean?
Oh, Metro, you don't rate him? Oh, wow. I didn't expect that.
I've dug down into the thing. We don't know what he is. You can't even define what type of profile he is.
He's more of
He doesn't do anything really well enough. I'll let Rams come in.
Yeah.
I don't know about Metro. I don't know. I think his profile is kind of similar to like a Gravenberg or something like that. But to be honest, like I think there's a player there. There's not 100 million player there. You know what I mean? I think he's a 60 million player, just like the rest of these lot.
Yeah.
I think he is. Or a lot of these guys are the same level. That's the reality. I think that we're buying multiple profiles for multiple positions. So we can't look for one person to be the answer. And this is the biggest problem. People think one person's going to be the answer, because even if you do get a Tchouaméni, he's not a Casemiro replacement. He's not going to replace the goals that Cas gave us.
No,
he's not going to replace a lot of the things that Cas gave us, bro. You know what I'm saying? So if we bring in 3 different players here that give you 3 different things, and also they complement each other, that is the way to go. Because if you look at the profiles, none of these guys are the same. None of these guys are the same. I think that Santos has some similarities to Kobe, but he's a lot better defensively in terms of his reading of the game. And the way he passes. Kobe's better at carrying the ball. But I think that their profiles are probably the closest. Ederson's profile is like no one else's. And say you go and get a Baleba or something like that, his profile is like no one else's, bro. So I think the answer is getting multiple players that have different profiles, and then you use them as and when you need them, bro. I think that there's going to be a lot of rotation. In certain games, you need legs. We saw it in the Leeds game, in like Bournemouth games. Certain teams we play against, it becomes a basketball game, and that's where Cass was kind of getting exposed a little bit. But then in other games where we're controlling the game and we're on the front foot, you can get away with playing. You could get away with playing players like you could get away with playing a Santos and a Kobe. You get what I'm saying? There's different games to use different personnel, bro, and you need to have access to all of these players. So I don't think it's a thing where you should look for one player. Like, nah, bro. Midfield, especially, you need to have loads of different profiles. If you're looking for a winger, for instance, and you say, yo, I specifically, well, really, you only really see 2 wingers at the club. If you're looking for a starting winger and you decide, yo, I want a profile, I want a direct winger, cool, then you can look for a specific person. But midfield is way too intricate for that, bro. Different games require different things.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think for me, we need to build a squad anyway. Like, we need multiple things, yeah. But I also think, like, with the midfield, right, you don't want to play around with it. And I want to see a stable 2 in midfield, you feel me, alongside with the Bruno. You can then do the rotation of 1 Champions League.
It will be Kobe and someone else. We know that, though. And that player to play beside Kobe, yeah, as the main player, we haven't signed him yet.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the key one I want. You feel me? Like, I believe Santos, even though for me, the 50 million, by the way, is a 30 million anyway. Like, it's only 50
and also,
million.
He's not on big wages, right, Saeed, as well, bro. He's a rotational player. He's been brought in as a rotational player that will get minutes because we're in full competitions. He will play, and he played a lot of games at Chelsea as well. In all competitions, he played over 30 games.
Yeah, no, he will play because we got a lot of games, right? My thing is that next midfielder that we go and get right now, he can't be rotational. He's got to be the bona fide, almost marquee player that we got to go and get. And that's
we need to get away from that. We need to get away from that word, though.
Okay,
bro.
Okay, cool.
Because that marquee thing,
it still means your first choice. So
yeah, no, but not necessarily. Marquee don't mean first choice. Like, marquee means that a name that people are gonna get gassed about, bro. You know the ones that it's not about a name. The thing is, when people start talking about names and then talking about profiles, it's like, bro, it's almost like people would rather get a name, yeah, even if it's the wrong profile.
I mean, you get two. Like, Shuameni is a name and a profile. You get
I understand that.
There's 2 in 1.
I understand that, but also people here have sat down and they've said,
yeah, I agree.
We don't know what football Carrick wants to play or something like that. So imagine if Carrick goes and he gets Belabor, yeah, then Michael Carrick's telling you what football he wants to play. If he goes and he gets Wharton, then he's telling you what football he wants to play. Do you get what I'm saying? Because if you go and get a Belabor now, that's a super fluid, mobile midfield because you've got 3 players in here that can run. They can all run, and they're all dual winners. When you look at their data, they're all dual winners, all of them. Like, Thingy's duels are very good, Santos. Ederson's duels are good, and so are Belabor's. So you've got 3 men that can tackle, 3 men that can run.
Would you not say, though, that you don't need... like, Belabor is what Ederson could be all in one. He's a passer. He can box to box. You don't really need an Ederson.
But they've got different strengths because Belabor's ball carrying and the ability to alleviate pressure defending and turn it into attack. Ederson ain't got that, bro. Ederson don't have that. Belabor's ball carrying is his USP. That's his main strength. The same with Alex Scott. When I look at Alex Scott, his ball carrying is his main strength. Whereas when I look at Santos, his passing is his main strength, bro. His ability to break the lines. And he's got this thing where man will be looking this way, a man's playing reverse passes and opening up thing. He's a passer. He's a passer that wins. He's a ball winner, but passing is his main strength, and he attacks the box. Like, Belabor's main strength is driving with that ball. You know what I'm saying? And Ederson is just tenacious, and he does a little bit of both.
So okay, cool. So say now we play Kobe Manu and Belabor, yeah? Who's sitting? Yeah. Who's the sitter?
They'll take turns, bro. When Kobe goes, Belabor will sit. When Belabor goes, Kobe will sit, bro. And really and truly, you know what's mad, yeah? Because everyone's so fascinated with these systems, bro. Like, when man was growing up playing football, we used to play midfield 2s, and the manager always used to say, yo, if one goes, one sits. Nuruddin, you remember that? There wasn't a sitter and a... Because, bro, when Keane and Scholes played, Keane didn't always sit. Do you know what I mean? Keane would be in the box. Like,
there's so many variations to a midfielder now. It's too much. It's too much.
Yeah, but this is the point, bro. Yeah, and even Carrick and Scholes, both of these guys could pick the ball up off the centre backs, bro. It wasn't one goes, one sit. It wasn't one's always sitting and one's always going, bro. Like, you communicate.
The number 6 is quite new in football since I watch football. It's special. I think Makalele and these type of guys made the Dungas, the Mario Silva in Brazil. Some of these men made what the number 6 role is. Back in the day, people used to use a sweeper. Used to have like Wood Hullet, Frank Beckenbauer, sweeper, Lothar Matthäus. Yeah, you would use somebody from a deeper to come and get the ball, but let Musa come in. The thing that I would say, Ranza, the only thing that I would push back is that the club used the words marquee. Not the journalist, the club. The club were pushing that as part of PR. So we have to me, I keep the club accountable. They used the language about marquee and the people that they went for and said specifically this is who we're going for. Go ahead, Musa. Big up.
Big up, Musa.
Yeah, what's going on, people? What's going on? Yeah, you know what? I got to the point now. I just want the signings done. and then we can I just want them done. It is what it is, because like I was saying to you yesterday, Si, when we was on the midnight show, is that Man United have got 2 signings in, and if I isolate the signings, each signing on an isolation basis is a good player. I can see what they do, and I can see what they're about. And if Michael Carrick utilizes them to their strengths, and we don't have them, and we don't do this playing players to their weaknesses or in systems that expose their weaknesses, because every player's got a weakness. So depending on how Carrick sets up, he's either gonna allow them to flourish or expose their weaknesses. So I think with Bruno Fernandes at the head of the midfield, somehow, some way, play is always exposed. We saw that with Casemiro. We saw that with Kobe. We've seen it with whoever's in the middle of the park. There needs to be a more disciplined display from our number 10. But we know what our number 10 does. One of the things about Santos is that he's very comfortable in the pivot. And at Chelsea, also when he played, he did have a number 10 in Cole Palmer, who doesn't also always come and support the midfielders like that. So he does know what that type of player looks like. But again, on isolation, every player is good, every player is well. When it's time to form partnerships, I think Santos and Ederson might actually play better together in terms of how I see them than actually Kobe in that mix. Not to say Kobe should be benched, but I look like Kobe flourishing more with the next player that we get, or the names that we've been linked to, like Manu Kone, Beleba. I think Kobe will flourish with that type of individual who can also attack when need be, but I think maybe defensiveness is more like when you look at Beleba or you look at Manu Kone, like they can do everything an 8 can do, but it's like they enjoy to defend. There's a difference when you got those midfielders who just enjoy defending, enjoy tackling, enjoy winning back the ball. And I feel like Kobe can do that, but I don't think he enjoys that as much as you see him in the final third. Yeah, when he's playing the ball. So
that's what I'm saying. That I don't want it to be a case of like rotation. I want Kobe to do thrive.
You put someone that can do both, but you're going to get the next one has to enjoy defending. Like he loves it. You can see, like, you know, he takes, like, especially when you see Beleba loves to win the ball back and break. Like he loves to just be all over the midfielder, doesn't let you breathe. He always asks you, how's your first touch? He's always asking you, like, how's your first touch? Because if it's slipping next to me, the ball's gone. You know what I'm saying? And those type of midfielders are excellent because they're always making the opponent guess. Like, if you have a bad ball, he's taking it off you. So I think having someone like that, that's tenacious, that's ready to allow us to count and to break. But not only, I think Ugarte was very good at asking people how their first touch was, but when he got it, it was peak. There was nothing to do. Yeah, he didn't know what to do with it, so it will break down. But what you get with Beleba and Manu Kone is that once they do get the ball, these guys can do something with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the exciting part of it. They can do something with it. They can score goals. They can, you know, pick a pass. So I just want to get it done now because people are always going to say that someone else has had a better window than us. On paper, they've got better names, better profile. I get it. On paper, some names do look better than others. But I just want to get it done, start the preseason, and allow the managers to start playing. Because I think, to be honest, as much as we've been looking at the midfield and delving into the midfield, we might start the season and realise how big a problem left back is.
I think we'll get one still. I just don't.
Yeah, I think we're going to get one.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a name, and I don't care. You know them ones. Like, I'll be real. I don't care about names, bro, because, bro, like when we signed Vidic, I didn't know who he was, blood. So it's one of them things where, like, we didn't know who Lomans was. Do you know what I'm saying? Man was watching old Arsenal fucking academy videos of Aiden Heaven, never heard of him. You know them. So I don't really care if we get a name or we don't. I don't think left back is a position where it's hard to find these guys, bro. If they're good, you know what I mean, and you've got thorough scouts, it's not hard to find a guy that does well there, bro. Literally, Bournemouth had Kirkes, he done his thing, and then they replaced him with a brother that looks even better than him.
Truffert.
Do
you get what I'm saying? So it ain't hard to find left backs, bro.
Yeah, it's not hard. I just don't want us to get caught up with midfield, and then we let the club off without filling in some of that. Because this is like, I would love for the club to go soft in terms of finances in the middle of the park, like get another player in for 60 million and end up with 3 midfielders for the best part of what? I don't know, 130, 140 million that they spent,
This is what I mean.
and then surprise us with another forward that can play across the front three. You know what I mean? Just surprise us, like get a left back and just surprise us that an opportunity comes in like a Cooper, and they're like, you know what, United just said, listen, we want him in it. The opportunity comes. We're saying that he's ready to move. We've got the finances. We was going to hold it off till next summer or maybe even in January. But you know what? Because we've done well in other positions and not getting robbed or not overpaying, let us just get someone in right now. Because those opportunities can come. Because like we said, where's the money for Semenyo got? It was there.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They were United were looked at. My thing is,
but they did say they would put down the money if it was the right player and it was the right profile. If they saw that they had value for X amount of years, the bread can always be there. Exceptions can always be made, isn't it?
This is what I'm saying. And I hope that might arise just because we've had a good window financially and getting in the profiles we've wanted. You know, we haven't overpaid. There's still money available. And like
the left wing market's dead though, Musa. That's the only thing. The left wing market's dead, bro. Like it's all well.
I don't think it's dead. There's players there, man. There's players there.
Brother, when I say the market's dead, there's no standout candidates, and none of these men, really command big money, blood. If you're not looking at Vinicius Junior, there's none of them, bro. Like there's no difference in terms of between an Iliman and Jai and a Somerville, in terms of the output that you're getting, in terms of how much you're spending, bro, it's 10 to 15 million between them. Like it's not loads. Do you get what I'm saying? Like no one's spending 150 million.
That's why they keep it
Rashford.
That's why Rashford stay right now.
Rashford will leave even if it's on loan. On the last week of the season, he will leave, bro.
Rashford's not staying, man. The club are trying to be clever. They try to learn from their mistakes. Yeah, they tried to learn from their mistakes from last year. Yeah. But by the horrendous actions they were taking about bomb squad and all that. Do you know how pathetic that is? When a man you want money from for these players, you're putting them in some bullshit bomb squad. So they tried to learn from the BS mistakes that they were making last season, like they were some tough men going around throwing their weight around.
A club don't loan you out, give your shirt number away,
But listen, Rashford doesn't want to come back, bro.
Barcelona can do
I don't think Rashford has a choice right now.
Rashford
he ain't got nobody else.
Back.
Who's he got though? Who's he got?
I'll be shocked. Listen, I will be shocked if Rashford comes to United, and I'll put.
So do I. He won't.
I'll donate £100 to a charity of your choice.
I'll be honest with you, Dog is playing up front. If we're getting a left back, and we've got
what I said, that's what I would do. That's what I would do, right? Well, let's get into it in terms of the left back. I think I'm in agreement with Rance. There isn't any clear, jumping out at you wingers that are ready and made for what Manchester United
shoulders above the rest. There's no winger that stands out.
Yeah, we need somebody who's super direct. Or
that would be Somerville.
Yeah, we either need somebody who's
Somerville.
I think Dog is direct.
No, 1 second.
So do I.
One second, Musa. We either need somebody who's super direct or somebody who's super accurate with their crossing. Who can go on the outside, can whip balls in, can cut back, is clever making runs. So they're the two different profiles we need. We need either an high volume of assist guy who's assist maker, right? Or we need somebody who's direct, who's going to go to goal, who's going to be a goal threat, right? That's what we need. But I don't see that. I don't really see that. Though obviously he's still a young kid, he's still developing, and you know what he did towards the end of last season was really good. And anytime he's played up the pitch, he's caused problems, even though he doesn't look like he's fully in control of the ball. And he wreaks havoc up there. The idea of the left back, no, that's a profile we need to scout properly because we know what we need. We need somebody who gives us width and who's got energy to get up and down that football pitch. And which we've not had for 11, I'd say maybe the first 2 years of Luke Shaw that he did that. And now people are talking about another contract for him. I mean, don't even get me.
Now, he ain't getting another contract. I don't think it's 2027.
Saeed, I'm telling you, when people are putting it out there that he might have to, soften in the blow. When you hear reports that come from nowhere about, he might have to put his wages, cap his wages, can't be on that same money as he was on if he wants a new contract. That is putting feelers out there. I mean, we'll see how he performs this season, but I do think the left back is super important. we need somebody who is
and a centre back
stamina.
Well.
Who is I mean, I'll be talking about centre back.
Yeah.
But I'm the only one that's talking about centre back, really. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I think the forward line is good.
That's a massive, crucial.
So do I, Musa. But it's one of them ones where if we were to get a profile, like a Somerville, I wouldn't be against it just because, excluding Arsenal, a lot of the top teams, that are doing well have that profile of winger that actually causes problems for them, bro. You know what I'm saying? They do. Yeah. They really do. So I think that it's not that you need it, but I think it would be that, like, bro, like, you wouldn't mind having it. When you saw what Doku done for City at the tail end of last season, sometimes you just need a player that's gonna just do that. Gonna commit players, gonna cut inside, find the far corner. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't really have that in it. And that, I would say that's the one profile of winger that we don't have.
Yeah. But the thing is for me, Mandem, just going back to Ineos and what their remit is, because at the end of the day, like,
big up Leon, by the way. Long
time big up Leon, man. Yo, Leon, big up to you. Hope you're well, man. Enjoying yourself in the sunshine and that. Big up to Leon every time. I just think for me, it's one of them ones where, like, don't kind of tell us you're going down a path, but then you can't really back it up. And I'm all for moving away from signings where you believe he's overpriced. Hence, Mateus Fernandes. But don't go brief out, you're on this, you're on that, and then you end up with the least you could probably do. In a season where I believe the gap is there to be got at Arsenal and Man City. Because at the end of the day, someone's got to do that jump. And now or never, Omar Barada told us, 2028, we're looking to compete for the league. Yeah,
but Saeed, you know what Omar Barada also told us? In the interview at the end of the season, he said, that they're not going to be bullied. They're not going to allow other teams to dictate the market. So we can't pick and choose,
But ain't that
what we're listening to and what we're not listening to. He made it clear that he weren't going to overpay, for certain players. And the funny thing is, people are like, oh yeah, 85 million. That's the market. That's the market.
No,
it's not the market though. It's not the market. Because we just signed 2 players for the same price.
No, I agree. But the thing is, though,
so it's not the market.
The thing is, if you for me, it's contradicting a statement to say, right, cool, we're not going to overpay, but at the same time, we're looking to go and compete for the league by 2028. I believe the gap is there for Man United to go in solid this summer.
So what you're saying, to compete for the league, you have to overpay? Is that what you're saying?
Not overpay to a certain extent, but at least have the plan that you're going to get one of the signings that you're saying you're going to go and get. The signings that we believe is going to bridge the gap. Right now, I don't believe Man United are bridging the gap between us and the rest of them. Because I believe right now, even though Michael Carrick did an amazing job, you need to back Michael Carrick tenfold. And right now, the gap, I believe, is there for Man United to go and get. Right now, it's
window closed, Saeed. Is the window closed?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. I get it. Now, that's why I'm having the conversation. Ineos now have to almost now get to a level now where they can be able to not save the summer, but go to a level where we're all unified in that. Because I do believe it is split. Half of us think maybe it's a good signing, half of us are underwhelmed. So we need to be together in unison going the season thinking, right, we're all here, Mandem, thinking, yo, we're ready. We're ready for all of it. Because I don't want to be here October, November, and man are complaining because we weren't ready in the summer. So that's where I'm like, yo, Mandem, are we unified in what we want to do? Or is it a case of we're half-hearted again? Because this is what they do, really. Let's be honest. When we're in the Champions League, we're not going all in. And this is where we need to go all in.
No, the pattern's there, Saeed. The pattern's there. How many more years do you need to know what the pattern's there? Listen, they're frauds to me. They're frauds. They push out PR, they push out spin, and then use their minions in the media. That is the fact. That is the facts that cannot be disputed. So for me, what your expectation is, and I told people,
but it should be everyone's expectation.
That the new season is going to creep up. But no, people have different views. I'm not asking people to have my views. I'm just saying, to me, they're frauds. And when he speaks about 2028, he's speaking both sides of his mouth. He's a fucking politician, saying that is real politique. If you know, you know. People speak out about the mouth. Manchester United have always been, but next year. They've been saying that for the past fucking 14 years. Next year. But next year. And this youth player, oh, he's going to save us. Oh, that's going to save us. No.
But
squad building is going to save us.
I believe last summer's window was actually a good window. I came on there and said, yo, Mandem, that's a good window. I just expect Man United this summer to have even a better window. And so far, the two that we've got in, I would say one of them is good. The other one, for me, I'm slightly underwhelmed knowing that we brought in the second one.
Yeah, but why do you think last season's window was so good? Because of the names, Saeed. That's why.
No, not really. It's the profile.
It's the names, though. Let's be honest. Because Cunha and Mbeumo, it is though. Because Cunha and Mbeumo, you knew them because they was in the Premier League, and
they're not wild
names
as well. They're not
it's the names, though. I'll tell you why it's the names, yeah. Because over the course of the season, yeah, Brian's been underwhelming for the most part. He has. I don't care what anyone says.
He started off well and then he fell off.
But even saying he started off well, he was scoring goals, but he ain't really hit the ground here, bro. If we're being completely honest in terms of performances, the guys that came in, yeah, that had lesser names have outperformed him.
Yeah, but he did his job. That's what he is, though. He's a killer. He's one of them guys.
Yeah, but you could say that. But the truth is, the players with the lesser names have outperformed Brian, bro. He's been one of the most disappointing ones. Out of all the signings, he was probably the most disappointing for me. And the funny thing is, when Cunha came in, people were getting onto Cunha at the beginning, and then he turned out to be one of the most important attackers, if not the most important one. But after 6 or 7 games, man was saying we got bumped and this ain't Wolves and he's lazy, bro. I haven't forgotten.
The thing is though, it was players that fit into a certain role. So say, for example, we needed 2 10s that can fit into there. We knew Cunha and Mbeumo are the right profiles and fits in that. Because if I wanted the players I wanted, I would have said,
but man were calling Cunha shit, bro, when he first came, though. Same with Dougie, man were calling him shit as well.
Cunha was acclimatizing to the Man United. It was acclimatizing to what we were trying to do. Obviously, naturally, people were frustrated, but overall, people know that you can't write off a player that soon. You feel me?
Bruv, they were writing him off, bro.
Everyone's got their opinions in it. That's them in it. But I think for me, Mbeumo started off well, was carrying Man United to a certain extent, scoring goals. Brighton, Tottenham, there was bare big games where Mbeumo was turning up. Cunha then started slow, and then Cunha towards the end of the season then started to carry Man United. So you're in a sense of saying someone's had a first good 6 months, the other one's had a good 6 months. Overall, cool. But at the same time, though, it was still players that we were all in agreement that we wanted them players to go fit in into the role now. You're telling me right now the fan base are all in agreement of Santos and Ederson next season to go in there.
No, but they're not. But listen to what I'm saying. You said, you the one who mentioned profiles. I'm saying to you, the reason why the fans were excited was because of the names, not the profiles. Because guess what? Ruben Amorim's gone now. And all of a sudden, Cunha's playing left wing, he's not a left winger. And Mbeumo's playing right wing, he's not a right winger. So
because that's what I'm saying. So it actually helps my argument.
The names, it's not the profiles, because profile-wise, neither of them suit the position, Saeed. Neither of them.
No, but the thing is, though, the reason why we're saying that Cunha now is a left winger because the profile suited the left 10 role. Yes or no?
Precisely. He suited the left 10 role, but he's not playing left 10 no more.
Yeah, because we've changed the system. We've changed everything.
Well then, so all of a sudden, it felt like a good fit at the time, but now you can argue that it's not the best fit. And the same goes for Brian as well. You look at Brian. Brian's better in the 9 than on the right wing. On the right wing, bro, if I had any say, he would never play right wing again for us, because for me, he's not good there. He would play in the middle. He'd play in the middle. I'd play him down the middle. I prefer him there to Sesko. We play better with him down the middle than Sesko. But we've bought Sesko now. So Sesko's our main striker. So even though they're all good, it's square pegs and round holes. But man will overlook it because they're good names and they're good players.
Yeah, that's the reality. I talked about it. We still got structural issues in the team. We're even looking forward. That's what I talked about. I talked about Mbeumo went off a cliff before he even went to the AFCON. He went off a cliff. Yeah, and he's never been since he's come back.
Because they're good players. Good job at left wing. Because they're good players. They're scoring goals anyway, and it's fine. But the point is, if we actually buy players, the right profile of players, for the way the manager wants to play, and the names are quote unquote underwhelming, it don't matter as long as they do the job, bro. Because not every signing needs to be exciting, bro, as long as they do the jobs that they're supposed to do, bro. That's the reality. Because we could find people that could play right wing better than Brian, that maybe the name's not as exciting, but they're gonna take their man down the outside.
But was this
they're gonna put the ball in the box? They're gonna do these things that Brian don't do.
But my thing is, hold on. Let me rebut that. But was this the summer though, Rance? to come for me to experiment profiles of what could work out. I think this is a summer to just go and buy players that fit in. And
why are they experimenting? Why is it an experiment? Because you don't like the names.
But thinking for me, Santos is a good player, but we don't know fully yet, really, when you add it to what we've got right now, whether it's certified for him to go and excel. Because we've seen it before. We've bought midfielders before that are better than Santos.
Brother, we saw this brother play against us with a 10-man Chelsea, yeah?
I agree.
It's still moving to us, but we don't know if he can play.
I agree. But I still think for me, he's not a bona fide starter. He's still not.
We didn't buy him to start Saeed, though.
But that's what I'm saying to you. All of a sudden, we've not bought Santos.
No, he is. Apparently, he is.
He is well.
I knew it.
Alvin as well.
He won't.
Alvin as well.
He's come to start.
But I just think for me, that's
one of the big reasons. That's one of the big reasons why he's left. And you know what? I also think that one of the big reasons apparently he's left Chelsea is that Lavia was getting it. Because I've been looking at some of the Chelsea people tweeting and threads that they were actually. They were pissed off that Lavia, who's been injury prone, who's been horrendous, keep coming back and starting before him. Obviously, Lavia was worth 50 million.
He paid dough. They paid dough for him. There's a hierarchy.
And that's why they were starting him. But they actually reckon when he was in the team, they went on that run on my guy who got sacked.
Yeah, the 8 wins in a row with him.
He was crucial to that. And at times, actually, playing Enzo Fernandez, because that's what Chelsea fans say, Enzo Fernandez is not the guy. And some of them, they think he's more of a 10. That he's more of a 10 than he is of a midfielder.
Yeah.
But
he's more forward.
I still believe that apparently from the reports that I'm looking at, this is what they're saying. He came to Manchester United because Manchester United have Champions League and he feels there's enough games. And that's fine.
Game time, though. He'll get game time,
that's fine. Listen, that's fine to me.
We've got plenty of game time.
Because I think I would be okay with Santos if we had another physical profile that can. Because football is about how you kind of complement each other, weakness and strength. And before Rance was talking about Scholes and Keane, you know, one of them, Paulins and Keane were the perfect example. One of them would go, one of them would sit, one of them would hold.
Yeah.
But because both of them were very efficient at chasing, covering ground, putting fires out, Scholes wasn't as proficient as that. So Manchester United, we had to go for a 3. We had to go for a 3.
Eventually,
Giggs and Beckham.
Or Beckham would tuck in and help.
Yeah, tuck in and help. So there's different combination of football. And for me, I think it's good to have a good squad of many different players. But going back to what Rance was saying about the marquee and about names, because the club is pushing it out, PR on steroids, pushing out, talking about these names. It's not a fans' problem. It's not to me, I'm not blaming the fans. I look at the source of thing. Where is this coming from? It's coming from the club. Because the club want to make it look like we are Real Madrid, we are Barcelona, we are Bayern Munich. And the facts, the reality is, we're nowhere there for the past 14 years. We're nowhere close. We've spent more time in Europa League than we've actually spent in the Champions League. So that is what the problem is for me. I'm not blaming fans for getting excited because fans, that's what fans do. I'm blaming where the source of the propaganda and the PR and the spin comes from. And it comes from the same old names who are pushing it out, who were briefed by the football club. That, to me, I have to express that.
Yeah.
And to me, individually, any football is about environment and culture. What culture you come into, what the environment is, what the coach and the coaching staff, the plans that they have for you. That's the only thing I talk about. I'm like, whoever United sign, I'm not no expert. My job is not to buy. As somebody who watches football, if I watch that player, I can give you my opinion. But there are people in the club who are getting paid hundreds of thousands a year to make these decisions and to be experts. So the only thing I ask is, do you have a plan? Do you have a developmental plan if it's a young player? Do you have a plan in terms of structure? Do you have a plan in terms of the players that the different combinations that can mesh well and that to give us a better balance? That's what I'm after. So that's why I'm not even asked about what a striker, another striker. I'm not. For me, the midfield is crucial to get the balance right. And I've shown it before, Saeed. I've shown it to you hundreds of times. The decline of Manchester United has been the decline of Manchester United's midfield. Two of those things have coincided. This summer, the club came out and said, January, we ain't signing nobody. The briefing was, we're going all out for a midfield in the summer. we are getting marquee signing. And then the journalists who they briefed started talking about tier. What tier? And that's why the fans started talking about the tiers. Is it tier 1, tier 2, tier 3? Because the club is briefing it. So I don't blame the fans.
Yeah. Before I get to Rhino and big up to Leon as well. Raz, who would you buy like your third midfielder? Which one are you feeling right now? Like when you look at the market,
it depends on again what football Michael Carrick wants to play.
Yeah,
we don't know
that's
that.
a big issue.
Do you know what I'm saying? We don't know that. The one thing I would say is when I look at the midfielders, the only thing that's missing is a ball carrier. So it's probably got to be Scott or Belabor. The thing is, Belabor's more mobile than Scott. So he probably would get the nod over Scott. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but it has to be a ball carrier. I love Adam Wharton, but the midfield that we're building,
no.
The midfield that we're building tells me that we don't want to play football that way.
Yes, exactly.
But Rance, he doesn't have to be
and that's my concern.
He has to be able to cover ground.
That's why I said Belabor over Scott.
You need Belabor. You can't get Wharton now with
even though Scott can cover ground. Belabor's better at it. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's why I think
even Camavinga, even if you go into Madrid and just give them the 40 million pounds.
Camavinga is if you sign Camavinga, then you need to sign a fourth midfielder because he'll get injured after 3 games.
Facts.
But you know what it is last season? Pull up his history last season. Pull up his last. No, just pull up his last. Pull up his last year.
If we can get rid of Mason Mount,
you see what it is? Don't believe the hype, Mandem. You know, pull up his history last season. You'll see that Camavinga really last year.
He was available.
He was available, but he just had a bad season last year. He just didn't. He can. He wasn't really available in the last 12 months. So Noureddin, if you want to go on the basis of his last months, has he been available for Real Madrid? He's been available, but it hasn't been the best last 12 months. But if we want to stay on the trajectory, if we want to stay on the trajectory of not spending over £50 million and getting in a Champions League winner and someone who has played at the highest level, got man of the match in a Champions League final, who I remember Mandem at Rio and everyone was screaming in that when they played Liverpool, world class, 21 years old,
super high, but he can't stay fit, bro.
No, but last year though, Rance, he's available. We can only go on last year. We can't hold
to a certain extent, but the Premier League is a different ball game, bro.
Different kind of fish. Yeah.
No, but my thing is this though: when you've got in Ederson and you've got Santos already, why can't you go and get a cheeky finger in for 40M?
Yeah.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, and I don't disagree. I rate him. I actually think he's one
based on last season's numbers, Rance. Have a look. He wasn't really injured, you know. That's because obviously we're not watching La Liga like that.
Yeah, and he's been used at left back and shit. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
But what the concern is though, is he using him in a seat. Yeah.
But where does he end up then? Because it's telling that everyone knows he's for sale, but no one's put no money down. Yeah.
Tufik is serious situation, man. Don't play around with
it. It is, but you can slap a painkillers and firm it still.
Nah, trust me, you can't. Bro.
Some of them are peak, bro.
Some of them are peak. Some of them it's like you think your head's coming off. You're thinking this is long.
I hear that. But if
you want to knock your jaw off.
If you've got Tufik to the point, where the painkillers ain't working, man just need to remove that tooth, Reed, boy. You know them, man.
Yeah.
I'll be real. It's that man could have get that pulled out and then you could have been back on the pitch in 2 days, fam. You know what I mean? Just remove that, fam. You know what I mean?
It's all the grills, man. The grills. It's all the Mandem, man.
But now, Mandem, I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah? You see, like again, it's easy to forget what players are about. You see, Camavinga when he was moving mad, he was untouchable. And I was shocked to find out that he's still how old? 23, 24. Like, what's going on?
Listen, Musa, I'll say it again. It's the same thing that I have about Manu Kone, who I rated a long time ago.
What's his injury like, though? Are you sure his injury like this is bad?
Manu Kone.
Yeah, let me check his injury.
Yeah, Manu Kone.
I don't think Kone's ball carrying though ain't the level of a Belabor spot, bro.
It's not. If Saeed was able to put up a little video of Camavinga, everybody will start saying get him in 40 million in today's
I know
market.
what Camavinga can do. He can carry the ball as well. For me, Kone's ball carrying isn't of the level for me to consider him.
Yeah, you would think that, but he's in. Listen, both of them.
But he's barely been injured.
Listen, Saeed. Anybody who tell you about football, anybody who gets multiple muscle injuries, consistent, different. Listen, if a footballer got Saeed. Yeah. If you get one injury to one part of the body, that's not a problem. That can be fixed, right? Yeah. When you keep getting muscle, torn, hamstring, muscular, knee,
and that usually comes from problems. That usually comes from one problem. So if you look down, you look at the knee injury, and then after the knee injury, it's just been muscle after muscle after muscle after muscle, and that's probably because of muscle imbalances and shit like that. And you're fucked after that, bro. Look, you see ligament injury in 2022, and then you see another knee injury in 2024 or something like that. When you have those structural problems, that's all the muscle problems come after, bro. And then that's it, bro. You're fucked after that, bro.
If I'm not mistaken, Camavinga is similar in the sense that he gets so many different types of injuries. And I'm always suspicious of players who get... I've already got Mason Mount, man. The last thing I need is another
He's irrelevant, though, man. He's irrelevant, though, man.
Listen, but the club are keeping him.
I'm hearing that, though, man.
I wanted to make a point. Thomas Sangara, if you're looking for a ball carrier, and if you need somebody who can cover a space, is Mahamadou Sangara. I
just don't expect United to be going down there. Let me bring on Leon and then obviously the Mandem as well. Leon, what are you saying, bro? How are you looking at the transfer window so far? You liking it? What are you saying, bro? Are you on mute? I think you might mute, you know.
Yo, can you hear me now?
He hasn't been there for a minute. Let him get up to speed.
Yeah. Yo, bro, no, my laptop's overheating, don't do that. Man said granddad time. I don't know how to work devices. You're taking a piss. Yeah, no, big up everyone, man. No, big up.
Yo, are you in the UK? Are you in the UK, Leo? Looks like you're in like some beachfront.
Costa del Nottingham. Yes, I'm here.
Come on.
Nah, listen, big up Mandem. It's interesting because, like, when I'm thinking about it now, I'm listening to what you and Rance are saying about Brian. I'm looking at who we're buying, and I'm thinking about what Nuruddin's saying about are these Wallies who don't have a plan, and it's like, I don't think that the players that we're buying are going to put us in a worse position, but it doesn't seem like there's an actual, for me, and guys, correct me if I'm wrong, break it down for me,
yeah.
There's not it doesn't seem like there's a plan for like direction the club wants to go.
Yo, Leon,
cut out for the last bit, bro.
Yeah.
Leon, can you hear us? Yeah, I think his laptop's
over. His internet's lagging or something.
Yeah.
It's probably the heat.
Frozen.
It's probably the heat. Yeah.
Rhino, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying, Rhino?
I'll move on from what Leon was, what it seemed like he was going to say. He obviously what I heard was what the players that we've got in are not necessarily going to make us worse, but they still flatter to deceive. That's what it seemed like he was going to say. But I feel like we just need to see how it works. At the start of this window, we all was talking about profiles. Now United are getting profiles as a problem. And this is what's going to be funny. Nuruddin, I'll ask you the question. You mentioned that Sangari player now. So what if we get Sangari now? Is your whole marquee thing argument gone now? That's what I mean. So I don't get it. And then wait. And then secondly, wait. Just pause it. But just pause it. I'll give you a chance to respond in once. And then number two, why do we give a toss what the club PRs? Why do we care? Every single club in the Prem PR. Like all of these clubs and these organizations are all crooks in some way. They always try to do spins. When a bad thing happens, they talk about a good thing. We've been doing it for years. But wait, let me land. But as long as we get players, why are we complaining? Man United said we're going to work on the midfield. We're working in the midfield. Whether we like it or not, when's the last time we actually got profiles for the midfield properly? Tell me, guys, tell me. Yeah, so now we're finally doing it. Yes, it might not be exactly what we expect, but it's a step in the right direction. Everyone keeps thinking we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix Man United. You said you can shake your head, shake your head all this time. Wait, let me land. No, let me land because you lot spoke for 58. Wait, you man spoke for 58 minutes. Let me land. Let me land. Yeah, and this is not about backing Ineos. This is just me looking at it from a fair perspective. There's still a lot of things that I want Ineos to do better. Just because I agree with certain things doesn't mean I'm pro Ineos. That's one thing I need to make clear.
Make that clear.
Yeah, I need to make it clear. So cool. What I'm saying is,
I know somebody told me a Jim came into your studio, bro. All tight, bro.
Hey, listen. Stop throwing me off. Listen, the whole thing I'm talking about is I'm seeing United do something. It's not perfect, but I'm still seeing us do something we've never done before. When was the last time we've focused on at least 2, maybe 3 midfielders of a profile? When? It's always been names, marquees. Oh no, it's always been the big name, but never the right profile. So now we're actually going in a direction where it looks like we're trying to build some stability. Because my theory is this. Everyone keeps talking about we came third last season. My thing is this now. How can we come third again, but maintain the same? Like, how can we maintain it?
Thank you.
So right now, to maintain it, we need to get a squad in. We need to get rotational players. We need to build. Same way Rats was talking about, we're going for a free-for midfield.
So is this a good start for you?
It's in the right direction, yes.
No. That wasn't a
yes,
question.
it is. It is a good start. It is a decent start.
Okay.
Yes. It's when for
you
any start.
It's a good start.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, you can argue how good it is, but it's still a good. You can argue if it's excellent, okay, but it's still in the right direction. It's good for me. Yes, it can be better.
If United had relevant midfielders in there, and they got these to add to it, would it be a good window? Is it only looking like a good 2?
Saeed, I've seen the Mandem go for. I've seen United go for the Ederson signing, and it's been wrong. It's gone wrong before.
I agree.
So I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. I've seen us go for the one that everyone's talking about, and it was looking. Do you get it? So for now, I just feel like we're in a unique situation. Manchester United are addressing their midfield issues for the first time in how many years? Let's just see how it goes. Let's build something that we can carry on last season from to maintain the multiple games, to maintain rotation of the players, and then we see, all right, you know what? Wait, Sai, let me land. Because you could do, let me at least land and you can rebuttal.
Yeah.
We started off with Ruben. We ended up with Carrick. We came third. Everyone's talking about this title charge. Everyone's talking about all of this rubbish. My theory is this. Let's maintain what we've got. The difference is we've got multiple games now. So can we still come third or fourth now with multiple games? What's the answer to that? Building a good squad. We did well with no midfield, but we didn't control games. So let's now add midfields and see if we can control games and still score those goals. Then we're going to see a different United. Then if we come third again, fourth again, we do reasonably all right in all the other competitions, then we can say, rah, 2 years now, we've done it, guys. So no one can use this multiple games argument no more because we've done it with multiple games.
We've done it before. I don't buy into that argument.
No, I'm saying that if we do it again this season and we just maintain it, at least there's a difference. We've stepped it up. We've done third or fourth again, but with multiple games. So you kill the argument. Then from there, you look and say, all right, we've done it twice in a row. This is becoming our thing now. How do we up-regulate the quality now to be even better to start now?
Oh, here we go.
But that's what I'm saying.
That's the one. No.
But wait,
that's the one I know.
Saeed, you don't buy the best windows in our house. You don't buy the best doors or the windows without the floor being stable, bro. You don't buy the best chair or the best TV in that. No, but without a midfield. So now we're addressing the midfield.
Okay. But you just said they up-regulate the quality, right?
After the foundation
and we have.
Foundations
the technical floor in the midfield, has already been raised with these 2 signings compared to last season. Of course it has.
Yeah, because we haven't got anyone here. Who's here?
What are you talking about?
It's only made news.
I'm glad you said that right now because I was thinking, like,
that's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm trying to say to you right now is to where we were comparing to. It's nobody. It's so
last season we were looking to the bench at Ugarte and Mount. And now we've got these two that we're going to be looking at instead.
But it's not about this. No, but this is what I mean.
No, hold on a minute,
bro.
The thing is, though, you can't compare it to that standard. When
Saeed,
You can only compare it to
Rants, I've got this. Rants, I've got this. Calm. Rants, I've got this. Saeed, when you had 1,000 subscribers, did you buy the big camera straight away and the big microphone, or did you build up your thing first and then see how it's going? Then you built at the right time.
Yeah, I did.
Go on, answer me, bro. Did you buy the cameras and the 1,000? Oh, come on, bro.
Hold on. Let me stop with that. Am I a multi-millionaire?
I'm listening.
I'm not loading the shot. You didn't even see that nutmeg.
Am I a billionaire? Am I a billionaire?
Load it.
I ain't no broke billionaire, bro. I'm not billionaire. I'm not billionaire, though. I know my level. These are billionaires. This is the British.
Okay.
A billionaire.
All right. Cool. So because they're billionaires, it matches the level where we are footballing on the pitch. That's where all of a sudden because of billionaires.
But they should be bringing in people of a standard.
Money is not
going. This summer,
Saeed,
should be going towards.
But Saeed, we've never done this before, so we can't just jump steps. We're now walking our midfield.
We did it last summer.
Huh?
We did it last summer with Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo.
Wait.
They set the standard.
I've actually given them credit. They set the standard. They've done it season. They brought in Masarawi. They brought in Delete.
Okay.
They brought in
Mbeumo.
They brought in these guys. They set the standard.
All right.
That was the window before.
That's
and
true.
Remember, we got Masraoui for 12 million quid, mate.
Yes.
You got Delete and
Sané
Masraoui for a combined
They're quality, though. They're quality.
Okay, but Saeed. Okay, Saeed. Guess what the difference is?
Combined for them two, bro. The market's on a mad thing right now.
Yeah, the market's
Saeed, guess what the difference is? That was forwards. Now we're dealing with midfielders. That was different. So it's the market. So wait, when we bought Sesko and everyone was chatting shit about how expensive he is, but he still managed to contribute to the team. Is it a problem now?
No,
I don't get it. So
United structured the deal.
But the Mandem still complained about it. Don't try to celebrate it now. Don't wait. You got don't try to celebrate last season now. You man all cussed last season. Now you're celebrating to back your point. You don't cuss. Bear man were cussing last season. We overspent for Nuruddin. Oh, Cunha only paid because it's Sports United. But then so what? We did what he's doing.
Yeah, I was. You know why?
Let him bear corn right now. Where's your shot in Musa? Where's your shot in Musa? Bring it out.
I'm gonna let you
load it.
I just turned it into a soon-off. I need time.
You're trying to rip torsos.
Rhino's already got his thing.
No, listen, my whole thing is, no matter how we do something, the man are going to complain. The man are going to do revisionism. I'm tired of it. From now on, I'm just seeing we're finally addressing something. Listen, whether it's good or bad, we're finally addressing it. Let's see how it goes. That's what I'm saying.
Right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I swear to God. I'm not lying to you. You know what? Rhino's got a new artist. You know what he's got?
He came for everybody.
Rhino's new artist is let's see how he goes. That's
we need to though.
Exclusive.
We need to
Let's see how he goes. Is the next
you needed to
listen. I think we can listen. I think we can be.
Every time my guy says to me, let's see how he goes.
We can rate the players that's come in and still be underwhelmed. Like, I don't why can't we be underwhelmed and still rate the players that's come in? I rate the players that's come in. But if you gave me
because that's contradicting your statement, bro.
No, it's not, because I'm saying, listen, let me give an example. I rate.
100%, bro.
Let me just put it in a way where we all understand. So I might rate the Glock 9. But if you give me the sawn off, I'm going in there with it. But if you wait, then I'm going to go in with the. This is all I'm saying. At the start of the window,
go in there with a screwdriver or take the Glock. You're taking the Glock.
No, but this is what I'm saying. So this is where the disrespect. No, that's why I said but this is why I said. Look, with all respect, listen, this is.
You a Second World War
that was an awful analogy, bro.
Russian, but that's why I said.
Okay, Musa, I've got a response to your point. No, Musa, I got responsible. Someone just said here, you're crediting Ineos to do the bare essentials. We had to buy midfielders as we didn't have any. Do they deserve credit for this? When they don't do it, you chat shit. When they finally do it, but they're meant to be doing it.
These men are saying we had to buy midfielders. Yeah, these times, man loaned Amrabat and loaned fucking what's his name, Sabitzer. So we needed
about celebrating putting the heating on in the house. All they done was put the heating and the electricity on, and man,
and thank God for the heat. Thank God for it, because we've been cold. Thank God for it, bro.
So you can say all they did was put on the heating, bro. But with the Glazers, bro, them man didn't know where the boiler was.
Brother, they got me Paul Pogba though. They gave me Blackchester receipt. They gave me Blackchester receipt.
The bits are on loan, bro, because man weren't buying.
They gave me Blackchester receipt. You know what they spent the back. They spent before the Glazers. Listen, they spent the
Fergie and that, bro. Ashley Young, Antonio Valencia.
No, forget that. I'm talking about Blackchester. See, I'm talking about Martial.
The Glazers, them man started though. What are you talking about, bro?
Huh?
Do you know what I mean?
Bro, I hear what you're saying, Musa.
And they were significant, fam. Look, Musa, let me jump in quickly, guys. Yeah, let me jump in.
Yeah, man. Go on.
I hear Rhino, where he says, no matter the approach, we're always upset. There's always a ruckus. We go and approach a superstar. Why Man United doing that? We could go and spend that money on 2-3 players. And then when we go and sign someone like a Andre Santos, who's, in my opinion, a decent sign. I think he's a good signing. People forget that when Chelsea had 10 men, they brought this man on and he started running the game with 10 men. Yeah. 10 men against us. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying if, for example, the summer window ends and we just sign those two in our midfield, and I would not be satisfied with that. Of course not. But we know that them two can still play, innit? If you get them in a balanced midfield, it may potentially work. I will never forget Nuruddin. Big up Nuruddin, by the way, my guy.
It may.
I will never forget, when Carrick first come in, and I said, go into a midfield three with Bobby Manu, Casemiro, and Bruno in the 10. Nah, it's not going to work, bro. It's not going to work.
I remember.
That ended up being probably one of the most balanced midfields ending the season, bro.
Right.
If you speak about each individual, you was happy, you was satisfied with each individual there. All of a sudden, Casemiro is
don't forget one more statement in that line. Man United's midfield. Man United's midfield's not even top 6. Don't forget that one text. Don't forget that one text as well.
Let me finish.
Statements, Mandem. These are rival
statements. Let me finish.
They're not rival statements. It was Man United fans saying that, bro.
Brother, nobody here is rating Bruno.
I'm saying Villa had a better midfield than all these other teams.
I remember saying that we were going to destroy Arsenal's midfield.
Villa, Newcastle. Remember all these men that were better than us.
Yeah.
I remember.
Anyone that tells me that when the transfer window started, they thought that getting Ederson and Santos was ideal. They're lying to me.
Be honest.
I don't care what anyone says to me. They're lying to me. No one wanted these two players. Now we've got them. Now we've got them.
The names, my G. Like you know what it is? Even people are dwelling on the names. It's profiles over. I already said, and I've said for 2 years.
I said that rant.
I would have signed fucking Sander Berg, bro. When we were linked with him, I wanted him at Man United. I'll still take him at Man United now, bro. But I wanted him at Man United, and it was between him and Ugarte. Man were laughing, saying Sander Berg, ha ha ha. He's at Burnley, yeah. And then my man's popping fucking Brazil off the park in the World Cup. But man were laughing at me. I don't give a fuck about the names, bro. It's about the profiles, bro. At the end of the day, we've got 2 profiles now that we didn't have before.
He played in a good system that allowed him to do what he did against Brazil.
Yeah, but he matched up as well in the Fulham game, bro.
He's a good player. We're not saying he's a good player, but I'm saying if we're talking about this profile thing, then basically we could have just went and shot at West Ham, got all of our players in based on the profiles and kept it moving.
But man's not just saying that, Musa. What man's saying is, certain ballers' profiles, their profiles are important, bro. Like, it's more important than their name, bro. People are obsessed with the name of the players. I feel like, the last window, people are more happy with the last window because of the names that we got rather than the profiles.
Because they done both. Last season, we done both. And what we were saying, we were expecting for Ineos to do both. Because every time we wanted to get a midfielder in, like in January, we were told, wait for the summer, we're going to pattern up. So people want both. No one's saying just get the name without the profile. But what we're saying, we're doing the other thing as well. We're saying don't just get the profile without the name, because Carrick needs a level of support. Some of these young players that we're bringing in, or inexperienced players from the Premier League, like Ederson and stuff, when they're not able to do what they're able to do, remember, as soon as the window closes, no one ain't going to talk about Ineos, no one's going to talk about the signings. Everyone's going to be on Carrick. He's not doing this, he's not doing that. He's not doing, and I just feel like there's a level of support that you can give a manager with a certain type of signing that you bring in. So that's why I said both can be right. We can be happy with the isolated profiles we've brought in and say, look, on isolation, these are good footballers. It may work, it may not work. But
it's a
it
may work,
but the way you can
work.
balance that out, like like you said before, at the start of the window, what would man have said if they thought they were getting XYZ? But then at the same time, man can say, 3-4 months ago, man wouldn't have been crying over fucking Fernandez. Half of these men didn't know who he was.
Right.
I swear
But
down.
some of us
I
didn't mention him at start.
You know what's mad, yeah?
That I can agree with. That I can agree with.
That's facts.
You know what's mad?
Mine was Anderson. Mine was Anderson. You know me. It was Anderson.
I always said that Anderson wasn't the right profile. I didn't think he was
No,
worth
he was
the
the
money.
right profile. He was the right
No,
profile.
I don't think so.
No,
Yeah.
to play next to
Yeah.
Kobe Manu, Anderson. To
He
play
was the
next to
right
Kobe
profile,
Manu.
Yeah,
To
but
play
look
next
at
to
him
Kobe
next to
Manu, you
Rice
can't even
right
play
now.
next to
No, as a
Rice.
player that
What are you
we
talking
want.
about?
No, but
What
as
are
a player
you
that we
talking about?
yeah. No, but hold on a minute. As a
I don't
player,
think he works with Kobe. He don't work with Kobe. Him and Kobe don't work. It's one or the other.
You don't forget
is more of a player
Kobe
profile to
professional.
play next to Kobe Manu than Elliot Anderson is.
Yeah, but
Elliot Anderson
Kobe
profile-wise is not the guy to play next to Kobe Manu.
He doesn't have to play together. They have to play together, by the way. This
but
idea
they were
that
going to play
Kobe-
together.
Brother, they're not bringing him in to replace Kobe Manu,
They
bro.
were going to play
No,
together.
but what we're saying is we build a squad and
Yeah,
Anderson is part
they
of the
can
squad.
play together. They can.
Hey, brother, weren't you the one that said you want your stable midfield free? Now you're talking about they don't need to play together.
Yes,
brother, make it make sense.
One of the things I say, one of the
I believe you. No,
Saeed.
Hold on.
Saeed's waffling. Saeed's
No,
waffling.
it's not that, bro, because in the day, what minute say we're building a squad? Yeah,
Rhino's trolling right.
that's what we're doing right now. We're building a
No.
squad. Are we building a squad? Yes or no? What we
So
doing?
one of the
Yeah,
biggest
we're
things that
building
no
a
one's going to want to, but listen,
Brother,
and
Elliot
also we're not
Anderson's
going to.
profile, he's an all-rounder, bro. We don't need an all-rounder like that next to Kobe Manu, bro. Like, we don't. It don't make no sense to me, bro. Do you see, when I look at his profile, I don't see anything, footballing-wise, that he excels at. I see a guy that can pass all right. He's semi-press resistant.
All right.
Yes, all right, bro. You can't pass like Adam Wharton. No, he's an all right passer.
Nah, he's not.
He's an all right passer, bro.
In passing, in
He's an all right
defending,
passer.
in chasing, in man
He's an all right passer, bro.
We gather he's not better than the players Fernandez.
Come on, man.
No,
So
he's
we're
not
saying-
that
hold on,
better
hold
than
on.
Fernandez either, bro.
So we're saying,
He's
no,
not.
but what the thing is though, what I don't want to get though is we're
Brother,
saying
he's
we
an
didn't want-
athlete that can do a bit of everything well, blood. He's an all round.
Okay. So we're saying as the
Anderson
Mandem talk
is.
now, we didn't want Anderson as a signing in the summer. That's what we're saying, Mandem. Are we all saying
Man
that?
said
No,
that
we're
he's
saying,
not
look,
the
a lot of
perfect
people in
partner
the club
for
wanted
Kobe
this.
It's not
Manu.
everyone's
didn't
number
want
one, though. We wouldn't have said no, but it's
No,
not
but I
everyone's
want to
number
hear
one.
Rhino Texino. Did you want
Like
Anderson?
football nowadays,
Nah, I didn't want Anderson. I wasn't an
I wasn't
Anderson
that
fan.
bothered, to be honest.
I
I
was
wasn't.
saying
I was
that.
satisfied.
I didn't really get involved in it. I didn't get
Watching him for
involved in it.
England, watching him for England's a bit underwhelming for me, anyway.
Yeah, again, that's
You know
in
what I mean?
hindsight though.
But
That's hindsight.
I wanted him.
Hindsight, bro. He's an all rounder. He's a good athlete.
International football to league. To a
Bro,
Premier League.
I'm giving you a
You can't
statement, bro.
compare, you can't
Why is
compare.
everyone getting
I don't
emotional,
know
man?
what you
He's
want.
too hot, bro. He's too hot. Everyone getting emotional, bro. Bro, I said I believe his performances in the World Cup has been underwhelming, bro.
Well,
But
I agree.
I said at the time,
But
I
I'm saying
wanted
to you,
Elliot
I
Anderson,
judge
bro.
more players.
Let him land.
About players. I do.
Brother, no one's let
But
man.
Nuruddin, 100
What's that
M's.
been cut offside,
Hey,
fam?
no, wait.
I'm not
Wait.
gonna come back there, people.
Everyone's
Everyone's
fam.
Yo,
It's
What's
100
going on?
Anderson right now, just
What's going
covering
on
bare
there?
ground, fam.
Saeed, yeah.
Bro.
Saeed.
Texino at this point. He didn't land this point.
Text. 100 M's, you need to perform on both stages, bro. Both stages.
Oh, 100
M's, you have to perform both stages.
For a man to
Both
run like that. I understand
Yeah.
why City. I understand why City paid that money, because he is going to be paired with probably the best defensive midfielder in the world, bro. Do you understand? And this man can do everything himself, Rodri. He can score goals if he wants to. He could cut out play. He could screen. He can dictate. He's got the legs, bro. So someone like Elliot Anderson is just going to cover all his ground for him, bro, and just play him the ball. His game will become much more simpler. He can simplify his game at City. But if he came to United, we would ask much more of Elliot Anderson, bro. Do you understand? And he's not showing me at the moment that he has that sort of bag. That's it. He's a great asset. He's a fantastic
when you're asking
athlete.
him to come and get the ball off the defenders and start things, bro, man's getting pressed. He's running it out for fucking.
He's putting it out for free ones. Thank you.
What are we doing here?
Can I just caveat? We would not have bought Elliot Anderson after the World Cup. So we would have bought him knowing that this right now is what we would have seen. So that's all I wanted to put out.
Yeah, no, of course.
I call because at the end of the day, the opinion of Elliot Anderson before the World Cup is different to the one.
But Saeed, I don't agree though. Saeed, I said out of all the players in our team, profile wise, because of the positions Elliot Anderson picks up, he's more like Bruno because he's Roma. He's everywhere, blood, and we don't need someone that's gonna run around and leave gaps, bro. Like we don't need because we've already got Bruno. If we don't have Bruno,
worth it anyway. But
if we don't have Bruno and someone said, "All right, cool, we're getting Elliot Anderson," fine. But my thing is, profile-wise, he is far away from the profile we needed.
And also for the price, I never agree with it anyway.
No, but we would just be signing him because he's a good footballer. And how the hell has that helped Man United in the past, signing players just because they're good?
Of course not. That's why I backed out the deal. I don't believe he's worth 160 million. And I think there's better profiles out there that we could go and get through the window.
I'm not going to lie. I think he would have complimented Kobe, you know. I think he would have complimented Kobe.
You know what? It's a 50.
Let me just jump
in here.
Can I just?
Nuruddin, one second.
Nuruddin. Leon.
He needs a calm player next to him.
Nuruddin, Leon hasn't spoken.
No, one second. Nuruddin. I know it's your guy. Go on, back your boy, and then let me come in.
Now, Leon, have you say, because you ain't gonna get time.
I know I can see when Rance was saying about profiling that, I can see Nuruddin about to smash that cabinet up and rest. Do you think, Nuruddin?
Go on, carry on. Go on, Leon. Have your say.
No, Nuruddin, go first. What are you going to say? Go on, Nuruddin.
The point I'm saying is simple. Man, the club you support for 9 months in the season made Elliot Anderson their number one target.
I don't think so.
That doesn't mean we have to agree with it.
No, I don't think so. Because Nuruddin, you know you're waffling right now, Nuruddin. Nuruddin, you're the king.
Bro, I'll just explain why. Anyways.
Wait, Tex. Nuruddin in this whole panel is the king of the buzzwords in the pro. I bring up all the Anderson tweets. The Anderson thing never seemed like it was going to, same as the Truemani thing. It always seemed like a myth kind of thing.
City.
Now it's gone south.
I disagree.
That's what's annoying me.
United won.
Can I just come back?
But United were too.
Can you just move yourself?
I remember the.
Nuruddin.
Okay, let me finish my last set.
No, Saeed, I do agree. United definitely wanted him.
United
we wanted him, but it always looked like a myth.
Come on, Rats.
Saeed.
He was going City.
We wanted him. We wanted him, but we kind of always knew he was going to City anyway. So we kind of felt like, that's
internal. That's internal from us.
No, bro, that was what we was talking about all the time.
Okay.
If he doesn't want United, let's leave him. And he wanted City, bro. We didn't mind the player, but he always preferred to go City, bro. I remember that, bro. I'm gonna pull up. You know what, chat? Yeah, pull up some receipts, bro. And you King Jeffrey as well. Suck your mama, but I'm gonna waste my shout out, man. Anyway, listen. I never respond to things. Wait.
Leave the screen, bro.
Wait.
I'm talking about PR.
You're right. You're ready, bro.
Those have to land.
You lot blowing out proportion. Nuruddin.
I
rather ask for receipts. You can't say that.
Saeed. I never get onto the chat, but sometimes certain man have to hold corn.
You said you want your receipts.
No, certain man have to hold corn. Once in a while I love corn. Once in a while I don't love corn. I can do the PR thing. I can do the PR thing, but once in a while I'm gonna let off corn. It happens. Yeah, bro. No, I hear it. I hear it. But what I'm gonna say, let's be serious now. What I'm gonna say is, at the end of the day, the Mandem always keep complaining. I feel like the goalposts always keep moving. If we overspend, it's a problem. If we don't overspend, but the market's change. There's always a problem. When we there's always a problem. That's my whole thing. And I feel like I can pick holes in every man's argument with something. It's always the man them love to twist the narrative and twist the context of sources and stuff to suit their arguments all the time. All the time.
Rhino's been sitting here.
It is, bro. Anderson was never guaranteed, bro. Anderson was never guaranteed.
I'm gonna give you some insight. I'm gonna give you some insight.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna give you some insight, right? Not educate. I'm gonna give you some insight. There's a guy called Andy Mitten. There's a guy called Laurie Whitwell. There's a guy called Carl Anka. There's a guy called. He actually works for. I don't see him ever writing articles, but he's the host of the Devil's Talk, right? On Athletic podcast.
The Athletic, I've watched that one.
Racist fucking, what's his name? The guy used to be the Evening News guy. Who's that guy? Racist Lockhurst, right? He's the guy. Simon Stone of the BBC. He's the guy. These are the people that cover Manchester United.
Yeah.
I've been watching this for 20 years, Rhino. I know who covers Manchester United. I know when the club's bereaved them,
all right.
And I know when it's not.
All right,
you get random people. So the point I'm trying to say to you is that I call out the PR and bullshit and people call me negative.
All right, so Nuruddin, can I answer one question? I promise. No, on that point. No, Nuruddin, just that specific point.
Just let him finish right now. Go on.
Let him finish.
I'm calling out what they say. I'm only holding the mirror up to them and the bullshit. So I don't blame the fans. When fans are getting excited or fans are getting giddy or fans are feeling disappointment, I'm not blaming them. It was the club that was pushing this.
But why does it matter what the PR is? If we're gonna, why? Because last year the man they were complaining about stuff.
It does matter. Why? It does, because the people have told me we're no longer with the Glazers. Ineos are coming in, and all of it is different.
And the Glazers wouldn't have bought Sesko, Cunha, and then Boomer last season.
It's the same bullshit.
Come on.
No, I don't
think
the
Glazers go like Glazers didn't spend money. Let's not go like they didn't
here we
spend
go.
money.
Glazers didn't spend money. You see what
they're doing? Oh my days! Yeah, I see what they're doing, bro. I see what they're doing, bro. I see what they're doing.
They're buying
bro.
Nah.
Musa, you argue like a girl, you know.
Exactly, Musa. Now it's directed, Musa. Musa, now it's directed.
That's true. I know, but
so there's a difference. So what's man talking about?
No, but what you're saying is, listen to this. The Glazers actually bought in bigger superstars.
It don't matter. It was still the wrong direction. Now we're going in the right one.
No, that's not a problem.
The
that's not a problem. I'm saying, look, listen to this.
Musa.
Let me say this. For you to say, listen to this. For you to say that it's the right direction, you have to remember we finished 15th. We was on our way to finishing.
We finished 15th. Here we go.
Let me finish my point. Since Fergie left, Manchester United have all been the reason why it matters, Rhino. Because if Manchester United were challenging for a league title now and again, if Manchester United are going to a Champions League final or winning a Champions League or challenging for leagues out of the last 14 years, maybe let's say 5 times out of or 6 times, you will not be hearing this from me. Do you know why?
Right.
Because the club is built on hot air, so people like me have to pay fucking attention to the bullshit that comes out of them because they make it out like we're the Real Madrid of the UK. We're the Bayern Munich of England. We're the Barcelona of England. And we're not. We're still hot balloon fucking bullshit.
But every club does PR. Everyone exaggerates PR.
Let me finish. When they push it out themselves, when they say, we're after this player, we're after that player, when the fans get pissed off, you can't blame it on the fans because the things from the club. The club did that. The club are telling us that when they're going to be trying to win a league in the 150th anniversary of the history of Manchester United. 1-5-0, 2028. They want to win the league. That's what they're saying. And the fans are asking, when you're making signings, are these signings are taking us closer to making that league win the reality? Or are they sustaining what were they sustaining? Now, on a fundamental tip, I agree with you. I agree. You can't go, a toddler can't go from crawling to sprinting. You can't. There are steps in between. Fundamentally, I agree with you. There are ways to build and a way of building. I agree with that. The club are not doing that. Club are saying we're the biggest fucking football club in the world. We are the Barcelona, the Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich. And then they don't act like it. Fans get pissed off because what comes out of their mouths, what the journalists brief, that they told them when multiple journalists are reporting the same thing, it's a brief. I have studied it.
Nuruddin,
I've studied
though.
how Glazers
Nuruddin.
work. I've
Barcelona
studied how
just
Cleopatra
signed
works.
Gordon and Adeyemi, blood. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, man, I said, man, don't act like Barcelona. Barcelona ain't acting like Barcelona, bro. It's a new
I
day.
swear, Don, there's always
They win the leagues, though. They win the leagues, though.
Now
They win
listen
the
to this,
La
though,
Liga.
Rhino.
in a
In the
different
last
They're winning
2 years,
leagues.
listen,
They're winning.
Rhino,
I know. Wait.
Rhino.
They're winning leagues, and then when the man they want to
Please
change the
let me
argument,
finish the
oh,
point.
it's the La Liga.
Let
I
me
swear,
finish the
that's
point.
what
No,
happens, bro.
Rhino.
I
But
swear
Rhino, my
down.
thing is this.
Nah,
What are you
I
happy
swear
about?
down.
What are you happy about with Man United in the
Bro,
last 2
Rhino, I
years?
hear that, you know.
Rand said something.
Thank you,
Let me
Tex.
finish the
Thank you,
answer.
Tex. Thank you, Tex.
If
Love.
Manchester United were winning league title, where the last season won the league last season, and they signed Jamie or whoever, you know what? If it didn't work, it didn't work because you've got a core league champions within the squad. You've got a core players within the football.
But Nuruddin,
Which just adding to it. But the core is there. So there's a big difference. There is a big difference.
Nuruddin, bro.
There is a big difference.
Cores need to be built, bruv.
And stability.
So
Yeah.
you can talk
But why
about
are they making it out like that?
listen, I'm not.
One second, let him rebuttal. Nuruddin. Let him rebuttal. Nuruddin. Let Rance rebuttal.
I'm
Let
not
Rance
done,
come in.
bro.
Let Rance come
Like
in.
cores need to be built. So man could talk about cores and that. This is what they're doing when they're bringing in these players. That's what they're doing. They're building the core.
Right.
We got a new goalkeeper. Benjamin Sesko is a young striker. If you see him as part of the core, then he's part of the core. You got Kobe Mainu. You've got Santos, 22 years old, blood. You got Aiden Heaven, bro.
A core we never had. We're building something we never had.
Okay, cool. What's your expectations for next season?
One second, One second, my bro.
Okay.
They're
I'll happy
building the
answer that
core.
question.
The fact that we need midfielders and then man are going to bring in free midfield. That's how you build a core. And then once you build a core and you've got the main frame structure of a squad,
That's what I was saying earlier.
That's when you go and say,
see with this core that we're building, Mandem, yeah. You see with this core that we're building, what's your expectations next season? Because some people are saying we're going to compete.
Hey Musa, 1 second, bro. No, people are saying that we can or we're going to compete, whatever, it don't matter. The point is, you have to build the core, and then you can do what Arsenal are doing right now. We're saying, you know what, we need a 6. So even if we have to overpay for Bruno G, we can overpay for him because we've got most of the things in place. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, but there needs to be a level of expectation for next season. What's our expectation for next season?
I'll answer that after Rance is finished.
Hold on, bro. Do you know what I mean? They've let go of Trossard. They might go and get a starting left winger. They might do. I think they might put down money for Rodgers. They'll probably overpay for him, but they can overpay for him. You know why? Because they've got the core there. Do you get what I'm saying? But before that,
I agree. They've got an expectation to win the league again.
But people are forgetting they signed 8 man in the summer, and out of the 8 man, probably 3 or 4 of them, they're forgettable signings, bro. But it don't matter. You need bodies. This is my point.
Listen, I'm not against it, but my thing is, I think I'm more realistic.
The window's closed, bro. This is
no, but my thing is this, I think I'm more realistic in my expectations for the club next season than some people. A lot of people said we need to compete. I said we don't need to compete next year.
Yes, I agree with that as well.
We don't need to compete.
There's a difference between saying we can, and we need to. That's not the same statement. You know them ones. It's not the same statement. If Carrick came in 2 months earlier, we would have been competing last season. That doesn't mean that we should have been. Do you get what I'm saying?
Also, Rance, to answer Musa's question, my answer is let's maintain what we have, but do it in a multiple games situation. Wait. So we did it before 1 game a week. Now let's do it now in multiple competitions and maintain it. That is a challenge in itself.
If Man United finish outside of the top 4, it's a failure.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that, though. I agree with that.
Okay.
I agree with that. But Musa, you can't go from saying that it's not as hard as people think it is. We just need to build a core. Then now we need all names. But
you know what it just
needs to make sense.
You know what it is, though.
That's what I think. It needs to make sense.
But you see these big names that I was calling for. You see the names and the profiles I was calling for. Was just to sustain our position. It wasn't even to compete. For me, it's just to sustain our position.
Tell me one name that would have changed this whole context of this conversation. Tell me one name.
What do you mean?
What would Ederson's name would have to be for this conversation not to be like this? For you to be a bit more.
The 2 signings that I wanted Man United to make off the back of what we spoke about last season was Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba. Off the back.
Okay.
Bang. No hacking. 2 players that they looked at. The two, or some of the two best players in the Premier League the season before, they looked at the data. They saw what they brought to both teams. Off the back, you bring them in and you say, "Cool, we're gonna get these guys." Then you might
don't want Adam, bro. And unfortunately, a lot of clubs ain't looking at him for whatever reason, bro. And it's probably to do with the covering the pitch, like what everyone's talking about.
For me, if you get, let me give an example. If you get Adam Ward and Carlos Spaletta off the back, and then Bruno G becomes available, and you get like a Bruno G as your experience, I just say to myself, we're not coming out of this top 4 position. That's what I know. No one's taking this off.
No, but Musa, is that guaranteed though? Is that guaranteed? Is that guaranteed?
No, you don't.
Because Chelsea had Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo and it didn't work.
No, what I'm saying to you is this though. One thing is
Bruno G and
Tonali. Right, it's percentages. So I go in there like 80% confident rather than the 60%. So it's percentages. That's it.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Man. It's percentages. That's what I hear that. Because you got to remember, not every season do you see the top 4, top 5 the same. It's down to percentages.
But for the most part, like it looks similar though. Like we're not going to pretend.
And then we haven't had 2 back-to-back top 4 finishes for I can't remember how long. It's not easy. I know people think it's easy. That's why I'm not even thinking about. I just want to see us play Champions League this year and next year. Just 2 seasons back-to-back. Because the last time we done that was a long time ago. And I feel if you take your eye off the mark and think it's easy, you're going to sit.
Musa, that's true. Let me finalize my point, and then Leon, I know Leon's got something to say. And that's what I'm saying, guys. We've never done this midfield thing before, ever, for a minute.
Long time,
so, cool, I get it.
Bro.
We haven't addressed the back seats of the car. Let's get the best back seats if we're going to use that analogy. But sometimes we just need to get used to the ride first.
But you don't want to be wild by. You don't want to be. You don't want to also be wild when you see something. Because one thing something you haven't got before, you're also going to be like, "Whoa, I didn't."
But Saeed, you know one thing I've learned about this Premier League. Let me turn my mic down. One thing I've learned about this Premier League is that it's about how everything complements each other. It's not about the names.
I agree with that.
Because Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro,
together, really.
Kobe Mainoo, Casemiro, and Bruno should not be beating Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, whatever. That midfield is shouldn't. But it works because the system and then
it's also Casemiro as well.
That's what I'm saying. But the players,
attributes was washed.
Exactly.
If this midfield that we've just bought survives Bruno Fernandes for 38 games, Michael Carrick is a bad man.
Yeah, of course.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, they survive midfielder yet.
Exactly. Listen, I'm just
saying because listen, everyone here that's pushed for midfield has said that we need to play a midfield 3. It's not going to happen. We know that. We've got a man at top that's going to vacate and leave Kobe and Santos, Kobe, and whoever in the middle of the park. And it's going to be tough games away, Premier League, Champions League. Bruno, we all know it. He stats the pads, he gets the numbers, and it makes us look like we're mad haters.
Yeah.
It makes the fan base look like we're hating on our best player.
It's the synergy with them too. Let me come in quickly. So, like, obviously, my laptop overheated. I was ready to cook before, innit? Do you know what? Very interesting conversation. For me, it comes down to 2 things. What's your expectation? I think that if we can compete in the Champions League, even finishing outside the top 4, I won't accept it. But it depends on the context of the season. If we're in a couple of finals or we win a couple of trophies or whatever, but we finish in that 5th or 6th where we prioritize certain areas, I think that for me, we need to let it play out. Texino just said it, man. 6 weeks to go. I get it. I understand that we can't trust these guys always. They leave us right to the end of the season. We go mad because they don't give us the players that we need. They miss out on the left back maybe or the left winger. They leave us without a defender, which a lot of people think we need. But if I'm looking at a market, I'm looking at how much people overpay, because no one can tell me anything, but Tottenham will slow down with their spending. They might have blasted 2 players there, but that's going to affect them in other areas. That squad's not great altogether. Let's be real. It's not amazing, that squad. So for me, the price that we're paying and raising the technical floor of this team is probably the best thing to do at this moment in time. But at the same time, we can't just have the young G's. We've got to have some experienced ballers in there. But first 2, for the money that we've spent, knowing that we can spend in them other areas, I'm cool with that. Just deliver more. Don't finish with these 2 in midfield.
Exactly.
Now, do you know what? if
Man
they
thinks
get it
I'm on this
right,
Ineos thing simple. They need to pattern up,
if
bro.
they get
I
it
said
right, guys,
Been
yeah.
saying it, Leo.
if they get it right, we're in a strong play.
I
We're in a
want
strong.
to see
But
Texino
Saeed,
do the
listen,
whoopsie.
Saeed,
You know what I mean?
Saeed,
I want to
listen.
see that after
Of
the
course,
game,
bro.
I hear it, but Saeed,
Come on,
listen.
bro. Look,
You know what I mean?
Technically,
yeah, go on. Let Leon
technically,
speak.
we're,
'Cause I'm gonna kind of.
technically we're in a good place for negotiation. When you've got your 2 out of your 3 and you turn around to negotiate with someone and say, well, I've already got 2. You understand? I've already got my 2 in it. I'm going to get a 3, but I've got 4 options on this sheet then you're in a kind of stronger thing. But they still have to deliver the other ones. The wing backs is an issue.
Facts.
The left winger is an issue. Possibly another striker. So there's some areas. But I'm happy that they're cooking that midfield. Let's see how the Santos kid gets on. I want competition for places. I want either Manu to sit on the bench than Santos or someone else play. I want Ederson. I want them to all be hungry when they come on in it. So I'd rather have them hungry ballers can play a little bit and rare-to-tear. But let's see, man. This is a weird league, you know. You can end up all the way at the top. You can end up at 4th. It's crazy, man, how it goes. But yeah, man, I think Saeed, you're gutted with the Tuchemeni thing, and it's the double thing, and it's the signing, and then Tuchemeni signs, and you're heartbroken.
I think for me, I just don't want to be in the car park here, moving mad. October, September. You feel me? Like I know what's gonna happen. We know. I know. I can't help myself, bro. I came out of Bournemouth, happy with the 4-4. Nobody wasn't happy. A guy come pulling over, thinking, "Yo, what are you taking the piss out, man?" Like everyone's gonna have different opinions, and we're all gonna be here.
And you know what it's Saeed? You see Rance here. Rance is my guy, but Rance has already got a name for Santos if he moves mad. He's already got a name for Ederson. Rance pulls these names out from nowhere. He's the first to back, man, but you know it's all right now. He's got a mad name. He'll start calling Santos the drunken Sutton from nowhere. So we might be here being kind of pessimistic about it all, but when season starts, more time I back the players. But I've seen Rats just start calling mad names.
Musa, let me throw this to you. Let me throw this to Musa. Let me throw this to Musa. So right now, you got your 2. Yeah. What's acceptable for you, Musa? You saying one more midfielder, that left back? What's acceptable for you and what's not?
See what it is now. You see now this has happened. I'm not responsible for anything. Start the season and just get me top 4. I'm not responsible. You know what it is? Because I'll be honest with you guys. Isolating the signings, they're both good footballers. But if you told me at the beginning of the window, Musa, go and get your players, I didn't know I wasn't calling these men from nowhere.
You know what it is?
Yeah, so now
Saeed, I know you can answer that question. Saeed, I know you.
All I want is top 4. If you don't get me top 4,
what's acceptable for you, Saeed? What? One more midfielder, one left. What
me,
you saying?
Obviously, if I'm looking around now, I think Wharton doesn't even add. It doesn't give balance to what we have right now because I think Santos isn't a mobile player. Then you bring us a Wharton isn't a mobile player. It's gonna have to. Then again, when I look at Manu Kone, people say he's injury prone. At this minute right now, wallahi, it's looking peak right now. There isn't.
This is what I wanted to say. Yeah, this is what I wanted to say with Tchouaméni. Yeah, I'm upset that we missed out on Tchouaméni, but when I look at the context, if Mourinho now approaches a Real Madrid player and says, "You're going to be my star man,"
of course,
and you are starting at Real Madrid, you're not leaving to go Man United. Cristiano Ronaldo, who is arguably majority of definitely the chat's favorite player in history, the GOAT or whatever. This man left due to the Real Madrid pool. Fergie had to beg him to stay just one more season. So when I look at the context of it, I'm like, all right, then cool, it's peak. But if somebody else captured Tchouaméni, then I'm looking at Ineos and I'm saying, oh, that one there is a red flag because how can we still not attract these players? Does that make sense? Now, when we speak about names, what is the category of names? Because when we say names, Arsenal don't have big names and they've just won the league. If we talk about names, how many of those names are going to be top 10 in the Ballon d'Or at the end of this year?
Oh, it's not even about saying.
It's about how they complement cohesion, bro.
That's exactly.
It was all about their cohesion. They signed Zubimendi. It worked for the first half of the year, right? But towards the back end of the month, who was the double pivot? Was it not Rice and Lewis Skelly?
Yes, Skelly.
When you look at the back end of the season, it was Kai Havertz who was starting up top. In the Champions League game, it was Kai Havertz who was starting up top. Majority of the games in the 10, it was Odegaard playing. It was Odegaard who was way more significant for what Arsenal were doing. And it was just due to what they had gelled, bro.
Okay.
And the chemistry, bro.
But
you understand what I'm saying?
Eze
scored 85% of his goals in the North London derby.
Yeah,
so what are names, bro?
No, but hold on a minute. But can I throw that to you, though? But hold on a minute. You, as much as you're saying to us, what's the names? This also wasn't the plan this summer to go and get Santos and Ederson. It wasn't. So we can't act like
the plan was to fix the midfield.
What was the plan?
With not this midfield.
So if you knew what the plan was in terms of with the names of players, what was the plan, Saeed?
I think the plan was what's been briefed out there. It was the Andersons, it was the Mateus Fernandes, it was the Tonales, it was them guys that was set out by Ineos to go and get. Now, cool, you've missed out on them. Now, even though I do believe Santos was a signing that United have been looking at for a while, this summer Manchester United need to go and do a madness and go bridge the gap. It wasn't a summer, like Musa said there, where if you want to finish in that top 4, you're fighting for your life because maybe Manu Kone isn't the manager to take Man United to the next level. So all in all, right now, it is a mixture of names and profile. For you to be a big name, ain't you got to be a good profile? Am I wrong there in that aspect? Like,
but you could be the wrong profile.
No, not necessarily.
You could be the wrong profile.
Can I just say
not necessarily?
I feel like
Anderson was nobody 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and now he's gone for 116 million. He couldn't get to kick.
I agree.
For Sean Longstaff, brother.
I agree.
Like, no one knew about this 18-year-old Elliot Anderson. He's going to be a world beater. This is what I think. Everyone's opinion is always rational. It's always based off the last season. We wanted to sign Carlos Belieber for 100 million due to the season that he just finished, right? Now he's half the price. He's washed. He's half the price. He's washed. How is he? You're telling me he can't find that form from only 2 seasons ago, bro? Exactly. The same thing Kobbie Mainoo done as well. Because Kobbie Mainoo was whacked last season, bro. But the season before, when he started, he was cold, and he's been cold this season, bro.
Exactly.
I agree. But what
that's all I said. Everything Tech's saying is all I've been saying.
No, but the thing is though, you can't. But the thing is, no one can come in here and say, "Yo, Mandem, this is what we're on right now. This is what's going to work." I don't believe right now what the midfield plan is. Right now, as it stands, when I look at it on paper, when I look what I'm seeing right now,
I have no faith in it.
Of what we've got right now, when I look at what's happened last season, I just don't believe you need to be messing around with the midfield as it is right now. I think this is experimental. United didn't need to go and experiment this summer. Hence why I feel underwhelmed about the 2 sides we brought in. They could be good, but they also could be bad. And that right there, I don't want this this summer. Do you get it?
I do hear
that.
All it is. Yeah, I do hear that. I do. This is why I'm saying names. So names, if you want to guarantee me performance, bro, when I'm talking about names, then go get me Pedri, go get me Vitinha, go get me João Neves, go get me Jude Bellingham. Because you want names that are going to guarantee you something. Bro, Tonali and Mateus Fernandes have gone to Spurs. That tells you their ambition, bro.
I'm not bothered about them.
Tells you their bro, you just named him in the plan that we was meant to get.
United were after him. United, not me. I'm saying to you, United had the plan to go and execute the names, and they didn't go and execute them. Why then tell us we're going to go do this, and then now you've got to go this way? It feels like a bit contradicting. You're going for the big names or the big profiles, but then you've gone and twisted this way. Is it because financially they're better suited for you? Is it because we just feel like this is plan B, plan C, plan D? I just think right now...
See, in my opinion... Yeah. They're not big players. They're not big names. They're not big names. The only big name out of that for me...
You see left winger? Left winger,
probably Tonali, bro.
If you saw me Somerville and Jai and all that,
Elliot Anderson,
I'm happy to play around here with the left winger. If you want a Somerville and Jai, I'm like, you know what? Decent. But you see when you start doing
that pressing walls, Saeed. I'm not having somebody who presses walls. I'm not here for that. I'll just say this. Listen, first of all, somebody was trying to accuse me before of big names. Mohamedou Sangare is not a big name in world football.
There you go.
I like Sangare. I looked at a player profile and I looked at these attributes and I'm like, yo, that boy's good. The same thing that as Saeed for a season and a half, I've been watching Elliot Anderson.
So Nuda, you proved my point then. You've just proved my point.
Yeah, I have never been.
Because Santos is not the name you want, it doesn't work. If it was Sangare, it would be different. So your whole argument is just, I don't get the point you was making earlier. Because you guys say you're listen, Nuda. Because you guys say you're underwhelmed, but you say you don't mind Sangare. But ain't Santos saying...
Yeah, but it's his perspective, though. He's been watching the player, innit? He's been watching the player, bro. You get it? So I understand that.
No,
I
but
understand
text,
that.
but
Yeah.
text,
But
no, but
I like-
that doesn't back the whole money part of it, though. The broke billionaires part, because that's still a cheap player. It's because you like that cheap
It
player.
is, yeah.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
because you
yeah,
like
yeah.
that cheap
But again,
player.
it's because he likes him. Yeah.
There you
So
go.
it's
But
context,
yeah,
innit?
sorry,
Yeah,
Newton.
yeah.
Go on. That's what I wanted to say.
I really think maybe I don't explain myself. Maybe I don't explain and maybe it might be my fault because I don't maybe make my points clear enough. But I don't think anybody's ever accused me of not saying what I mean and meaning what I say. To me, my problems with the football club, my problem is with Ineos and the Glazers. Manchester, to me, I love that when we sign players that nobody's heard of and they turn out to be good. Hence, I look at somebody like Vidic. You know what I mean? Evera, people knew of Evera because of where Monaco, Monaco went to the final in the Champions League, Porto beat them. But he wasn't the best left back in the world. So the point what I'm saying to you, for me, it's never been about big names because you could get the biggest proof in world football. The example where you can clearly look at it is the Galacticos era at Real Madrid. You got Beckham, you got Zidane, Ronaldo, Roberto Carlos, Figo. You had all these Mandem, but they didn't function properly because everybody was more attacked. So I'm not asked about names. I'm asked about building a cohesive squad that can fight, that can play with intensity, that can defend when they need to defend, but it's front foot majority of the time. That's the type of squad I wanted to build.
But you're not
When I
asking
look
the
at player
PR thing.
profiles, the PR thing is the thing. The PR thing is the thing.
Yeah,
and
I'm
fans
hearing
get
it.
pissed off.
Okay.
Fans get pissed off with the PR because fans get excited when big names are linked to them.
Yeah.
But that point, what I'm trying to say to you, Manchester United, I like that old rapper. That I like. I'm still that guy. You're not.
But he's
You're
washed.
15
You know
years,
what?
mate. You were big. You had a hit.
Cristiano.
You had a couple of hits 15 years ago. You're no longer the guy anymore.
You know what, Nuruddin, though?
Still try to stay relevant. So that's the point I talk about. Now, Andre Santos, when I look at his profile right now, I look at him and think, good on the ball, very good on the ball. Somebody like me should really be excited because I'm always curious and I'm like, what style of play are we going to play? Because I'm like, we've got the football structure now. Why can't we determine how we're going to play? Then we get the profiles to fit that. Now, I don't care if the profile is from Timbuktu and I've never heard of them. I don't give a damn. Or the profile is somebody the whole world knows and it's supposed to be some baller. I don't care. The most important thing for me is the cohesion of the team. How we move. And like he explained, the brother just explained, right?
Yeah.
The point, when I look at the profile of Andre Santos, I think if maybe he can come on with Kobe towards the end of the game at Old Trafford if we're going to get a result. But is he a guy that's going to cover space for Manchester United? And is going to cover ground and show physicality? No, he's not. Is he very good on the ball? Is he the kind of guy who can make runs in the box and put the ball at the back of the net? Yes, I like the fact that he's two-footed. But at the point I always talked about is that for 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, do we have the right environment to be able to develop their game? Manchester United have been chaos in the past how many years? We've had 3 managers in 18 months. Right? So the point what I'm trying to say to you is that there's the specifics and the details do I like the player? Yes, I think he's a good player. But do I think it's the answer to Manchester United right now? No. And there's not going to be one player.
No, there's not one player.
You need a multiple, yes.
Nuruddin, let me just jump in on the back of your point. Let me just jump in on the back end.
I agree with that.
Yeah, 100%, because you got to go. I think that you're so right in that aspect. I think that Saeed, going back to what you say, and obviously I watch like majority of your content and stuff. You just got to be careful with your expectation, and like Nuruddin always says, the PR and stuff like that, because I feel like as well as, so let's just say you got Jason Wilcox as an example, a statistics guy, a guy that does it all by whatever. He's probably got a list of players based on the stats. Probably sees a little bit of what we see, little shades, who can play ball, technical side, but at the same time as like him and the other guys who are better at football analysis than Woodward and them guys. These men are still figuring it out as they go, and some of them haven't got a clue. So I think you got a mixture of the ones that are technical. It's a bit of a mishmash in that organization of everything, and I think that's why sometimes what they're briefing to you, and probably what Nuruddin picks up a bit more, is that they're testing the water of data. We do it like people do it a lot in data, where they test things out. Throw this out there. How do the fans respond to it? How can we spin it off as another angle? Does that make sense? So I think that you got to be careful with, because they probably don't see it the way you see it, Saeed. So you're always probably going to be a little bit frustrated with what they come with. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Facts.
And if they can get away with doing it a bit cheaper as well, they will do. But overall, one thing that I'll give them a bit of credit for is they are raising the technical level, and we're not getting linked with horrendously shit players. Like, when was the last one they bought was rubbish, like Agate? Or Mason Mount.
You're going to get those. You're going to get those as well.
Nah, facts. Yeah.
That's it. It's not just the technical, it's also the physical. We're playing in the Premier League. We're going to be playing multiple games. We're going to be playing Wednesday. And
of course.
But they're doing okay. They're doing okay. The Cunhas and Dorgus.
So don't you think they're getting depth already? Because there is 6 weeks left, right? Now, say for example, we do go and get a Marquis. Bro, I don't think there's any Marquis. Even as much as I love Wall and Tchouameni, all of these, man. I think Ball is dead nowadays.
Don't worry.
But yeah. I think Ball is dead nowadays, yeah. I think, cool. Just a quick question.
Yeah.
Like, football, do you not think football has died, bro, in terms of, we're looking at Elliot Anderson, Tonali, and Mateus Fernandes, and these men are 100 million pounds. Bro, I was looking back, I was watching Premier League years, yeah, and I was remembering guys like Nicola Cruncher and that, bro. Nicola Cruncher today would have been like a 90 million pound player, bro. Do you understand? If Musa Dembele was playing right now, everyone would want him for 150 million pounds. Like, Ball is dead now, bro. It's in the ground, broski. Like, real talk. So when people get mad giddy over these players, you need to understand why I don't get giddy, bro. Like,
I hear it.
It's hard to, bro. It is genuinely hard to. That's why I said, if you want to give me names, go and get me Jude Bellingham, that I know he can grab a game by the scruff. Go and get me Vitinha, who can control a football game. Go and get me João Neves, who runs like he covers ground like he's a human lawnmower, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is guaranteed names and talents, and that's someone who's going to elevate you straight away, bro. But apart from that, Mandem, I'm gone.
Stuffy, you need to help us out, man. Saeed's emotional, man. The whole Santos, then Tchouameni signs a deal. It's been a lot, man. You need to help him, Stuffy.
Stuffy.
Yeah, you guys have lost your mind, bro. I can't lie.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Listen, big up
Stuffy, man. Listen, big up Stuffy, man. And we know that FIFA are correct, man. They did a job in Egypt.
Yeah,
that's the mad thing.
Yeah. So, man, solidarity.
1,000,000%.
Listen, the Tchouameni, Jose came out last week and said Tchouameni ain't going nowhere. Tchouameni, you're not going to be the first Real Madrid to use Manchester United to get a better contract, and he won't be the last. We've been here before. I bought the T-shirt. I've ate the popcorn. I've watched the movie. I've seen it, people. The point Manchester United is Manchester United need a combative, dynamic midfield player right now to be able to supplement. And the other big thing is, I think Leon and somebody else was saying, we've got two. No, Ederson is still a big question mark. Do you know the reason why? That they're maybe not? He gets inflammation in his knee. And sometimes certain players, they move from inflammation to fluids and your career is done. So the full medical checks needs to be checked properly. So Andre Santos might be the first signing for Manchester United and not Ederson side. We didn't discuss it, but that could happen.
Yeah, it might be off.
Yeah.
It might be off.
I've been hearing that as
Santos
well.
Santos literally broke his medical, done his medical.
Yeah,
Stuffy, you saying we lost our mind? What are you saying, bro?
You guys are lost your minds, man. I was listening to you guys. I was having lunch real quick, and the amount of complaints, man. I think a year ago, I was telling you guys you would never survive what I survived with the Knicks, the Phil Jackson era, the real build-up era, that I've seen in basketball, and I try to apply it to football, and everyone just loses their mind. I'm hearing the way people are so underwhelmed about this signing yesterday, and I'm like, why is everyone so upset? Why is everyone that annoyed? Like, I get it. There's so many questions and question marks on what players we're signing, but the reaction, bro, I just couldn't believe it. I actually couldn't believe it, bro. We have signed a player that fits the profile of what we need, because we need someone who can win duels, someone that can cover ground, someone who's more on the defensive side. And we went ahead and signed one who I think is good. Like, I don't know.
He can't cover ground, bro. He's not.
Of course he can.
He's not a mobile, bro. He's not a mobile. He's a ball player. He's a tackler. A goal threat. He's a goal threat. He can win the duels. But if somebody skips past him, he's not chasing them back, bro. He is not mobile and the physicality that is needed in the Premier League. So he's got other attributes that are really good. But those things that what United need right now, he hasn't got it. But we need a cover sometimes for Kobe, and we need somebody with a technical ability. I agree. But go ahead.
My point is, and I can hear that. Maybe you can talk about his agility and all that. But my point is that we went and got a ball winner, which is something that we don't have in this team. My biggest issue is that we already knew what we were signing up for. We were signing up for a whole midfield rebuild. I don't know why anyone thought in a rebuild of your whole midfield, when we know we need at least 3, that we're going to send all our first targets. It's frustrating. I'm disappointed with a couple people we missed out on. I've spoken about Tonali before. I didn't think he was worth that money that Tottenham are about to pay him, but I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't get a guy that I wanted. Maybe Tchouameni yesterday, the news that came out yesterday, I think that was the worst one because I really wanted Tchouameni, and it just looks like he used this for negotiations for a better contract. It is what it is. But like, I don't know in what reality did we all think we're going to rebuild the midfield in one summer.
We thought it was
get all our first target. Yes, Saeed. Well, we all want, listen, we all want things to go ideally how we want it to be. But like, I think the one thing we're failing to realize that maybe we've been briefed a few names, but like, bro, like think about it this way. If we're about to replace about 3 midfielders, let's just say a minimum of 3 midfielders, all right? And for every midfield position, they have a short list, about 4 to 5 names. You're talking about 12 to 15 names maybe that they're looking at. So even if they don't get the first, the second, the third one, it not because we got Santos, it means it wasn't a plan. They didn't think about it. Vivol brought him into Chelsea, and then he brought him into United. So he's already recruited him at another club. So him bringing him today, it doesn't mean that he doesn't know who he is. It doesn't mean that it's a panic. Yeah. I get it maybe if we're talking about Ederson more because I don't rate Ederson. But I'm just looking at this and I'm like, why is everyone so like fussed about it? And the window's not over yet, bro.
No, the window's not over yet, but it's still for me a summer where United need to get it right, and that's the key thing for me.
But so does everyone, Saeed. So everyone
I don't really care about everyone else. I care about Man United. I care about.
You don't need to care. You don't need to care, and I get that because we're United fans. But I always say this. I've said it multiple times on the show. You have to always make comparison relatively to who's around you. If everyone is around us out there getting their first targets, everyone got their summer finished, and we're the only team that didn't do their homework, then I'd be like, oh shit. What are we doing wrong? But when we're relatively close to everyone else made like what 1-2 signings. Like it's not like everyone is out there getting all their signings during the World Cup, and we're the only team that's sleeping. Like I can't name you other teams that got their business done and preseason is starting in a couple weeks and they have all their names in before preseason. Everyone is still recruiting until the World Cup ends. In fact, this team's recruiting players that are in the World Cup. I'm seeing Manzambi going to Newcastle based on how he played in the World Cup, whether they recruited him before that or not, but that's a World Cup signing. Like people are still keeping eyes on players that they're watching in the World Cup. So I just don't understand I understand maybe there's a little bit of worry, and that's fine. We're all fans. We all might be a little bit anxious. Anxious is fine. We're all anxious. But that's just like, I feel like there's too many people throwing their toys at the camp for no reason.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't agree with it.
Let me get these super chats in. Tchouameni was never coming in. It is even news. Andy Wallace says, I pray Ederson is off. We need Manu Kone. Santos a good sign as a third midfielder. Santos, Kone, Belebo is a good midfield rebuild. See, that I can get behind.
Nah, Kone, he gets too many injuries. He's another makes them out. Trust me.
Yeah.
People don't do their research. People don't do their research, man.
Saeed, you put all your eggs in the Tchouameni basket. Meanwhile, Ineos are still shopping in Chelsea. Rubbish bin. I don't agree with that one. But dead club, we can compete. Both players got loaned out. Endrick and Santos both cooked. Didn't get opportunities from the same coach. Coincidence. Darlow, Santos, Ederson cost 85 million. Greenwood sell on 10 million in theory. Lots of money still available. Even now, Cass was also sitting, so didn't copy. They were always switching in the game. Yeah, I agree with that one. I would rather keep Rashford and get Somerville and die. Rashford better than both of them. I would go all out. Hall, forget left wing. Rance, where is Tchouameni? Also, we need Ederson deal to fall through. And Wallace says, I agree, we're not overspending, but you need real quality. Ederson and Santos aren't going to get us league. They are bench players. Santos has room to grow. Man said we signed better midfielders than Santos. Like who? Fellaini, Herrera, Schneiderlin, Matic, Fred. United. But then again, at that time, these were good players in that field. You feel me? Apart from maybe Fellaini, who was more of a box crasher and a kind of almost a predator in the box. United fans worried about names more than profiles. I don't know about names as long as they can do the job.
Correct.
That's the new buzzword now. Profiles. My United fans said this summer that somebody's kick on and close the gap, but now everybody's coping. Facts right on the United would have got Kimmich because of names.
Saeed, can I just say something about profiles? Profilers are only good as the club having a plan for those profiles.
Yeah, I agree.
They're only good as Because
Exactly.
it's only good as what you put in and how they complement each other.
You're gonna
So
leave
don't
Santos
get lost
exposed.
in the sauce.
I know.
Teams and clubs can misprofile a player, bring him
Exactly.
in, and he can look trash.
Yeah. But then also Newden as well, quick point, I'm not going to take too long. It's the same way that if we're now going to follow and be behind Carrick, let's trust him to manage these midfielders he's going to get as well. Because he's an expert in the midfield as well.
Never been any of the coaches that are Manchester United.
Yeah.
But coach can help though. Coach could help though, Newden. But I hear you. But
then I hear just Manchester say Ederson raises the quality of level of our midfield. We miss out on our 3-man midfield with targets, and I'm hearing copium. I'm a Chelsea fan. This is far my favorite show on YouTube. Enjoy Santos. Big ups the panel on the chat. Big blue coat out. Big up to you, bro. When you search flip-flop with AI, it shows electronic circuit, footwear, and Saeed. How can you say we're buying right profiles at the same time we don't know how Carrick wants to play, make it make sense? Somebody should tell Nusa Mike is awful like God, man. Yeah, we're gonna sort that out, man. We need to sort that out ASAP. Where the Mandem saying we need midfielders to partner Kobe, why not midfielders who can challenge him for his spot too? I agree. Rhino, you defend Ineos way too much. Of course, they put our midfielders. They wanted Ederson, Tonali, Chouameni, were all midfielders they wanted and didn't stop back in PR and lies.
Yeah, but guys, with the PR thing, PR is PR. That's what you have to realize. PR is PR. It's how much you want it to rattle you. I'm just seeing on what I'm just going to analyze what's happening. If I agree on something, it doesn't mean I'm pro them. I just agree on something you don't agree. There's so many things that I feel like they need to do better as well.
I agree. We haven't dealt with our defense for a long time. Why are we not going out for the best of the best? Why can't a core be the best of the best?
We tried to with the whole what's his name? Man with the back injury. We tried, but it didn't go too well, did they?
And it's only right we finished with
defenders 2 seasons ago.
And it's only right we finish with Abdelaziz. He says, Ineos fans, hope you're enjoying this because I know I am. Seeing this panic after all the mockings, prices, call me pet if you want. I told you so. How could anyone on the panel still defend Ineos? People, what a show, man. This has got to be all-timer Mandem talk. I can't lie to you. Nuruddin, are you live later on? I'll send them over after the France game.
I might be.
Now, you definitely, after the whole situation today, you definitely have a live, man. Maybe the Ederson news might come out later on about him failing the medical.
The stalling thing.
So, yeah, man.
Apparently, he's in Manchester, apparently doing the second. Is that nonsense or is that...
Yeah, but I think he's done it before him, though. What's his name?
Yeah. That's weird as well.
Which is weird. So, yeah. Make sure you follow Nuruddin, United Real Therapy, man. Follow his channel, Roll to 20K. Rhino, what you got coming? Anything you want to plug?
Yeah. I need to get back to my shows, man. I might bring back my Sunday show and just get back into the rotation.
Bro, come on, man. Bring that back, man.
And you guys, big up the chat as always. I just feel like you guys, I've been in this show for years. I never have to crash out on people, but sometimes someone has to hold a little corn for being disrespectful. You feel me? So that's all it is. Yeah.
I need to go back and see what I missed.
Yeah.
I watched the majority of the show, not all of it. I need to go back and see what I missed.
But yeah, it's a good show though. Good show, man. You lot smash up the likes, man. Big up the chat as always.
Yeah. Man. And Staffy, I can't lie, but that was a very, very good cameo appearance. I can't lie to you.
Quick thing.
That was a good cameo.
I wish I joined a little bit earlier, but I was just a little bit busy.
Man. Staffy, talk to me. Staffy, talk to me, man. Egypt, all our hearts were broken, bro. What
that game was...
if it's not blatant, it's more blatant. So thank you for Egypt for showing the world how blatant it is. How this is blatant corruption.
You know in it, Nuruddin. If you know, you know, bro. If you know,
you know what it is, bro. It just sucked because like we do deserve to hold a little bit of corn for the way we managed the last 15 minutes. We honestly, no matter what the refereeing decisions are, that you don't give up a 2-0 lead and it's 100% on the ref. Like you have to hold some accountability. Which is one thing I didn't like from the team. But honestly, bro, I just think some of the decisions were a disgrace, and I've been saying this for a while. It's not just an Egypt thing; it's a smaller nation thing, and it's an African nation thing. They don't get the respect that other teams get when it comes to the World Cup. It's been happening for years. I've been watching football since the World Cup in 2002. Their 50-50s will always go to the bigger nation, no matter what anyone says. So anyone who wants to tell me stop.
Senegal, they got robbed.
They couldn't wait to give that penalty against Senegal. There was a clip today going around when Nigeria was facing Argentina in 2018, and Rojo hit the ball with his hand, and they didn't give it a handball. It's always been a thing, bro. It's always been a thing. We've seen Trump get what's his name, Balogun, back on the pitch after getting a red card. We've seen that bullshit offside that was given against Croatia for Portugal. It's always a PR thing. They're always going to favor the big
teams. You know the maddest thing, Kwanzaa got 2 games, not 1 game, 2 games for his tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's disgusting, bro. And American politicians saying if you can get your president to overturn something or use this power, go ahead and do it. Don't blame us.
They don't understand football. They don't understand how football works.
It is honestly disgusting, bro. I'm hearing people like Ben Ferguson talk about football. And please stick to talking about the Iran war. The gas prices. Please don't talk to me about football. The sport is not for you guys. It's for us.
Facts.
But yeah, man, it was disgusting. Fuck Argentina. Fuck the referee.
Come on, bro. Energy. Big up, man. People, head over to Rance is going live now with Texino. Also, I'll be live at 8:30. And also, Nuruddin might be live as well.
Yeah, I'm going to be live. I'm going to be live at after the game. So it could be 11. It could be 10 to 10 to 11. It could be extra time. Whatever it is. Yeah, I'll be live.
Definitely, people.
And big up Morocco, man. Big up Morocco. We're cheering Morocco.
I'm going to get my Morocco flag out now. So people, Dima Maghrib, without people. Craziest Mandem talk. Give a comment, give a like, people. Just like the video. You don't have to do anything else. Just like the video.
Hype the video.
Hype as well.
Hype.
There you go.